All right, here we go. This is week 12 of Cover 1, and let's get you started out in Blackwell, Texas. The Water Valley Wildcats squaring off against the Baird Bears there in Blackwell off Highway 277. And man, I tell you what, the Water Valley Wildcats looking to be something good this season, certainly with this cat, Cannon Weiss. Look at him go for the touchdown to make it 8-0. But I tell you what, Baird not doing themselves any favors here. Look at that bad snap, and this one is going to go in the end zone. And yeah, that's not the way to get things started. And then a little bit more action here. Baird, their QB1, just looking for something. Yeah, look at that hit right there. Yikes. Last we checked, it was, what was that, Trammell, 32?
32-0.
32-0 from Blackwell, Texas. The Water Valley Wildcats.
Right here for 16.
Yeah. The Water Valley Wildcats leading Baird. And look at this kid go. Somebody want to get a hat on him. At least be able to just contain the kid. Nonetheless, the Water Valley Wildcats look like they are on their way to on their way to a by-district round win. This team incredibly dangerous here, certainly with this guy, Cannon Weiss. We saw him just about a month ago against the Erie County Hornets. Wow, already doing some damage in the early goings. Well, hello and welcome to week 12 of the Cover 1 Live here on SanAngeloLive.com. I'm Manny Diaz.
Gabaldon.
Yes, sir. We are also joined by Matt Trammell. They're at the Trammell Live Desk this week.
Hey, you can't see me, but we're here.
This week, yes. This week presented by our friends at Joe's Ice House. They just keep it real. I mean, there's always good stuff there. You don't know. It's a beverage of choice, so there's also sodas. So we'll keep it there. Trammell, we'll go to you. Say hello to the fine folks at home.
What's going on, guys? Matt Trammell here at the Live Desk. We got a little, Joe's Ice House, chips, drinks, whatever you want. Hey, we want to go right here. We can go right into a game. We got a touchdown. Odessa Permian, they're working Midland right now. So got a little buffering issue here, but he is taking it all the way. This one was about 60 yards and going to bring the lead up big. If they get this, it's going to be 28-0 early in this one. Manny, they're blowing them out. What's going on?
Yeah, that's you got to start questioning at that point what is going on. Wow, so Permian kind of looking really hot right now. Hopefully Midland can make it a ball game. So there we are, as we see in the early goings.
28-0.
Wow, man. So Midland. Now, Christian, I know you were out last week.
Yeah, I'm out 1 week, and Mal dropped 6 TDs.
Yeah, he dropped 6 touchdowns.
Maybe I need to be gone every week. Dang, Mal.
Mind you, speaking of Malachi Brown, he is our special guest here in week 12. He will be joining us at about the 8:30 hour here at Cover 1 Live, presented by SanAngeloLive.com. And hey, our first hour of coverage, is sponsored by our good friends over at Little Caesars Pizza. Pizza. Right here in San Angelo, whether it's that pregame, postgame fix, they got
late
you
night
covered.
munchies,
Whatever. The late night munchies, yes, indeed. All right, Trammell, I see something kind of evolving at Shotwell Stadium with Abilene High and Friendship. And before we kind of go to you, this is a big game for both Abilene High and Friendship because this has playoff implications in terms of who's going to be in the tournament and who's going to be watching come December and into January. Trammell, what are you seeing right now?
Well, I don't want to spoil it with anyone, but this game is ugly. This game is not looking good so far.
Like those uniforms.
If you're a Friendship Tiger right now, you're feeling kind of worried. Let's go ahead and just peek into the game, and let's get the people warmed up to what we're seeing. So right here, just a screenplay, a running back out, and makes a couple of guys miss, gets a first down. It's kind of what we've been seeing all night, and right now it's 21-0 Abilene Eagles over the Friendship Tigers in the second quarter.
21-0, Trammell?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay, so if this holds up, now there's a whole lot more football to be played in the rest of this game tonight. Now, before we get into that, these are throwback uniforms that Abilene High is wearing, These go back to the 1950s of the old Abilene High Warbirds. The Warbirds.
They should have left them in the 50s.
Easy! Gabaldon!
Those are...
That's probably... Now, people on the north side of Abilene, they take those uniforms extremely seriously.
Hey, well, they needed a serious win tonight, so I guess let's go ahead and throw the mustard-colored shirts on and get it going.
Yeah, all right. So this is serious playoff implications in this one here. So with Central off this week, they're the leaders in the Little Southwest Conference in District 2-6A. And then you have Midland Lee, and then you kind of start getting into Permian.
Oh, look at that. That's a touchdown.
Wow.
Woo. Man, look at a little showboat now. Warbird jersey. Hey, you know what? That's just a seam route right up the middle. So just like what's going on in Midland, Abilene is up 28-0 if they get this extra point. The Little Southwest Conference is getting blown up right now.
Man, that's and the little shimmy at the end of that one there. They cut away from that, but yeah, the Little Southwest Conference can definitely be made very interesting. I mean, I guess we can. I wouldn't call it interesting, but it becomes a little bit more clarified after tonight. Certainly, what Abilene High is doing, making a very big statement. If they can if they can win this ball game, that puts them in that the fourth and final spot. Wouldn't y'all agree, gentlemen?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well.
So if that holds up, so we're looking at San Angelo Central and both Abilene High going Division II. In the Class 6A state playoffs with
with Central getting that high seed, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So there we are, the Trammell Live Desk presented by Joe's Ice House tonight, so along with our live stream also presented, all our live stream and highlights tonight presented by Eggemeyer's General Store, the best darn little general store in San Angelo and West Texas. So there we are. So if this holds up tonight, what we're seeing there at Shotwell Stadium, it becomes Central representing when they go small school in Division II, they go the top seed out of that, and then the way it looks, Abilene High. And then for the big school in Division I, looks to be Permian or Midland League, then Permian. And that how that would shake out there. So you want South Lake Carroll to just stay away from Division II at this point, so at least Central can have somewhat of a chance to make it to see if they can make it out of that third round of the playoffs.
We don't want to see that. What is it, Quinn Ewers? Kid, man.
Yeah, he is no longer committed to the University of Texas. He is decommitted.
Man, be careful with that sign, man. Careful.
See, we put our guns up here in West Texas, Gabaldon. Yeah. See, Trammell knows what I'm talking about there.
I had to take the Texas Tech shirt off and put the San Angelo Live shirt off.
All right, tonight we are also going to go back to our Trammell lines. Last week, Christian, you missed a heck of a lot last week.
Man,
Not only did you miss Malachi going off for school record 6 touchdowns, but Trammell has also turned into Matty Vegas.
Man, Trammell?
I know, you're missing out.
You were Mal Brown in here.
The Topo Chicos were flying around.
Yeah. So, in fact, Trammell's lines, we had a number of games. He's picking the line. He's actually creating these lines. And then we also do a little over-under action. He was extremely close, in fact, too close with Sonora and Ballinger. He set the line. What did you set the line there, Trim? I'll let you fill us in.
So the game last week against Sonora Ballinger was a 42-0 game. The line was at 42.5. So Manny took the over and unfortunately lost. Lost to Topo Chico.
I know. That half point. It's designed to do that to you.
It happens to the best of us.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you, Matt Trammell, there at the Joe's Ice House Trammell Live Desk, working the ones and twos there. All right. Also, we have a number of other games to get to tonight. In fact, I had the pleasure of cruising out to Dublin, Texas, under the Thursday night lights with the Wallhawks and the Boyd Yellow Jackets and Christian. My goodness, I mean, you needed the blood pressure was just through the roof. It's like, well, what's going to happen here, you know?
Yeah, man.
So the Wallhawks eventually pulled that one out 20-14 in overtime. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, Wall fans were shaking.
I know, they were shaking. They're going to get a very good Bushland team next week who just took out Slayton on Thursday night.
That's a toughie.
So, yeah, we'll check in with some of those highlights. We'll also hear from head coach Houston Guy, as well as their new QB1. In fact, he made his postseason debut. You want to stick around for what he was able to do. Kind of uncharacteristic of what we're used to seeing with the Wallhawks. They're always with that ground and pound offense. This game, well, they threw it around.
A little Central-esque.
Yeah, Central-esque. Yeah, in the times that they needed to score, it was through the air. So
hey, however you can get them.
Yeah, however you can get it, that is most definitely sure. We will also check into to two other games, one right here in San Angelo with Crane and Brady, as well as a six-man game, Sterling City and Hermley. That one had some fireworks in the early goings. We'll take a look at we'll peek at some of those highlights. My goodness, this week has just been just a nutso kind of week. Trammell, are you looking at anything in the old live stream that you're seeing?
We're checking out some games. We're actually checking out some big-time games in the 6As. I got Allen. They're playing Denton Geyer. What a freaking game right now!
Okay.
Man.
And,
let's take a quick peek into that.
Let's see what's going on here. So it's 42-10. Allen is up against Denton Geyer right now. And
what is
something crazy happened. Let's see if we get a run back here. So fakes the handoff and tries to just find a guy right up the middle, but underthrows it and tip drill, but linebacker ends up coming up with it and takes off with it. So that's another interception for Allen as they just continue to pour it on this Denton Geyer team. Manny, this does not look pretty early.
Yeah, that looked like a fight. All those black jerseys.
The scrum there.
Hey, that's just excitement there from Allen. Hey, that's the biggest high school in Texas. So
yeah,
they got bodies to spare.
That's right.
And
small crowds there look like huge crowds.
And with Denton Geyer, so we said it, the biggest school in the state of Texas, the Allen Eagles, and then you kind of go to Denton Geyer. They're not the biggest of Class 6A schools, but they're considered to be a Class 6A Division II. So that's a potential matchup for the Bobcats.
Ooh, yeah.
if it comes to that, if Central does indeed go Division II.
Well, if they play like this, Central plays how they play. We never know.
Yeah. Wow. So what was the score update on that, Trammell?
So right now it is 42-10, and they're looks like they're gonna drive. They got a huge play right here. Overthrew them a little bit, but definitely took a shot on first down.
Wow.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. On their 30-yard line, 34-yard line.
Okay. All right. Well, with that said, we did promise some highlights from the Thursday Night Lights. Let's go ahead and we'll queue up to some of these from around last night. And we'll go ahead and start out in Robert Lee. Let's take it away. All right, so here we go. It was Sterling City and Hermley. They scored the most good, but not the one. Hermley struck some big beat on the run, tossing it up for Devin Hildebrand for the 4-yard touchdown. Extra point block, pushing up on the target. Next Sterling City possession from the Eagles. Cross middle. On his way to pay the 7-yard touchdown there. Next SC drive for the QB1. Hudson bombs it for a 30-yard touchdown to Chance Ferguson to make it 15-6 SC. Second quarter now. Here's where the Eagles started to pull away. Yeah, cross middle rips off a 42-yard touchdown. Sterling City goes on to win it 61-12. My goodness, and that's some pretty good stuff if you're Sterling City fans. All right, so some big games going on under the Thursday Night Lights here in the Concho Valley. Congratulations to the Sterling City Eagles as they are now advancing to the area round of the Class 1A Division I state playoffs there. So, Sterling City, we saw them against Westbrook just a few weeks ago.
1 versus 2?
Yeah, 1 versus 2. I mean, we normally don't get those kind of matchups.
You don't at all.
Until we get to, like, big-time football.
Saturday Night Lights.
Yeah, the Saturday Night Lights. That's exactly right. But, yeah, that's kind of what we were working with just a few weeks ago. Sterling City, they look to be as advertised. I expect them to make a deep playoff run. What's interesting about them is they are in one region up here, and then you have Water Valley, Erie County down in the other region. So there's a huge potential if it gets to that to where maybe the possibility of a state championship. Battle of the Concho Valley in Arlington.
That'd be something.
Wouldn't that be a little crazy? So I don't know. We won't count our eggs before they hatch in that aspect there. Trammell, are you checking out any live streams? Do we have anything cooking on the books there?
I actually just found a new one. Christian might know these guys a little well.
Oh,
we got a
man,
little Colleen Shoemaker and a little Colleen Heights here.
Ooh, okay. All right, well, let's peek into that.
Colleen. So nothing too crazy happening right now, but they're driving. Quarterback takes a snap, looks for a receiver and throws it down the field, finds him, and that's a touchdown right up the middle, right just a little seam route. Christian, you played this team, or what are you thinking right now?
Man, I mean, it looked like not much defense played right there.
Yeah.
For them, I mean, that's a home game for both teams, too, so no really advantage.
Yeah, that's right, yep.
Yeah, and we saw, when they scored the touchdown, it's like they strobed the lights.
Yeah, they do. Like,
that's different.
Throw you off a little bit. Hey, but if you're a kicker and you're trying to go kick it, you're a little thrown off.
Epilepsy warning.
Yeah. So I believe last time, I think this is correct, that Colleen Shoemaker, they haven't lost a game this season.
Really? Well, they are now down 14-7.
Man, so that's
that actually
big.
Makes it 15-7.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Colleen Shoemaker has been just rolling teams since their week 1 against our Central Bobcats. So
I mean, that looks better for us.
Yeah. It's we'll chalk that up as a win any day that we can. So yeah, Colleen Shoemaker, is that Colleen Harker? What is that?
High, I believe High, right?
Colleen High.
Yeah. Heights.
Harker Heights.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, thank you, Matt Trammell. There from the Joe's Ice House COVER1 live desk. We will get to Trammell here in a bit as he gives us our lines with all of that. But before we kind of start with any of our big games from last night, we do have one. Or actually, before we kind of move on to any of the streams, we'll move on to Boyd and Wall in this one here. This is a game from last night.
Ooh, I want to see this.
Yeah, this was a pretty nuts game, I'll say, to say the least. Wall, they needed everything to kind of pull out the dub on Thursday night.
So was this his first start?
I believe this was his first start, and most definitely his first postseason start of any kind. So so let's go ahead and let's check out what went down in Dublin, Texas under the Thursday. All right, there he is, the junior Gabe Haskins taking the reins as QB1 for the Wallhawks, taking on the Boyd Yellow Jackets. Opening Boyd drive, Lyndon Lamont rolling the dice on 4th down, looking to throw, but instead carries the mail himself in a 6-yard touchdown. Boyd up 7-0. Second quarter now, the Hawks would have an answer. Gabe Haskins to Chase Rios. Money for the 25-yard pitch and catch, and this game is tied at 7. Under 3 to go in the half. Same score, but not for long. Haskins calls his own number for the touchdown, and we are tied. No more. Hawks take the 14-7 lead. Third quarter, here come the Jackets. Rendon Lamont fakes the handoff, headed for pay dirt, and we're all knotted up at 14. Late fourth quarter, game still tied. Boyd lining up for the 27-yard field goal, but just a bit outside. Game still tied at 14. Let's go to overtime. Wallwood stopped Boyd in their opening possession. Here, the Hawks with an answer. Gabe Haskins to Chase Rios. 20-yard touchdown, ball game. Wall wins it 20-14. They are still alive in the Class 3A Division I state playoffs. My goodness there. Yeah, always a good thing to see when our area teams are raising up the gold balls.
Man, that had me nervous just
in just kind of watching, as I was kind of shooting and watching the game at the same time there, when Boyd is lining up for that 27-yard field goal, it looked like a chip shot, pretty much. But what really kind of put them in position, and I thought they were going to score on this drive, is maybe just a few plays earlier, their QB1 went right up the pipe and almost actually took it in for the touchdown. The Wall secondary kind of
caught a break there.
Yeah, they caught a huge break. Then they find a way to stop them on a few downs leading up to the 4th down, and then They were very close to the goal line. I was very surprised that they didn't actually roll the dice to try and actually punt or get the first down, or at least go for the touchdown, as close as they were.
Really?
Because they've been doing so well in that aspect of the game. But then, well, they just lined up for the field goal, and, well, that's all she wrote.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
overtime was what that was
It's crazy
about.
to see the wall receivers had no gloves either. That's how you know they don't.
That's
throw the ball.
yeah. It's not
This
a,
late in the season, those gloves already got holes in them from blocking.
That's true. That's true. The trenches, man.
it's not a big thing for them to do out there. Trammell, are we taking a peek into what Permian in Midland High are doing?
Yeah, so Midland actually got on the board and got the ball back and see if they can get some more points on the board. All right, so 25 takes it. He bounces out right, but it's going to be
A lot of black jerseys.
a lot of not room there. So further back from where he started, it's going to be about 2nd and 14. Kind of got a buffering issue here. Here we go. We can check it out again. So it's just basically an outside handoff, and linebackers and secondary read it pretty good, and yep, that's gonna be about 2nd and 14. So we're nearing halftime, and Odessa Permian's pretty much been running away with this, but Midland got on the board, so you can say there's a little bit of fight, but it's 35-7 right now. That was actually 3rd down, so it's gonna be 4th down right here, and they're gonna punt.
All right, so Midland High will give the ball back to Mojo. We'll kind of check in as that one kind of advances itself there. Thank you, Matt Trammell from the Joe's Ice House Trammell Live Desk.
You hungry? You want a snack? Joe's Ice House. You thirsty? You want a drink? Joe's Ice House.
Oh, Trammell, he's getting in his actual plug. He may want to visit Joe's Ice House at some point.
I'm going to have to. I mean, I'm getting thirsty over here. I'm a little hungry. Need some chips. Hey, there it is. There's your spot.
Oh, boy.
Anything else you need, too, they got it.
There we go. All right. There you go, Trammell. So you can tell them that you were giving them the plugs on Friday night. And
oh, yeah.
Perhaps there's a little reward at the end of the rainbow.
A little
there.
Topo Chico action?
That's what we'll call it there. We'll call it a little topo. Let's see. So, Trammell, if we can, maybe we hear in the next few moments, if you want to give us a score update, we can pull them up from the from SanAngeloLive.com, and we can kind of give the folks an opportunity to kind of check out what's going on around the Concho Valley in West Texas. Mind you, anything and everything Texas high school football tonight, you got to check out www.SanAngeloLive.com. In fact, if that's how you're watching us, then heck, even better. Yes. So for all of our friends that are watching on Facebook, on the old Twitter, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate that. And of course, in probably the next 20 or so minutes, we will be joined by the San Angelo Central QB1, Malachi Brown.
The man himself.
Yeah, he's alone on the charts there when it comes to passing touchdowns in Central history. So we'll get his thoughts on that. Malachi, he's always a guy that's going to shoot you straight. So. We'll pick his brain tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if we're all going to be able to fit in here, man. I mean, that's a lot of egos.
I know. Certainly with Malachi. I mean, just to share the platform with Malachi Brown tonight. That's something. Also, we'll check into a number of our other area games. One game that we were watching here in the Concho Valley is San Saba v. Forsan. That one is going on at Wall. Going on in Wall. That is for the Class 2A Division I by-district crown. San Saba, man, they took one on the chin last week against a very good Cisco team. Both San Saba and Cisco were state ranked heading into that matchup. They're playing at the Graveyard. They're in San Saba. Man, but I tell you, San Saba, I'm not counting these kids out.
No,
I think they're too good. Not to worry about down the stretch and all that. So let's see. We'll go back to you, Trammell. What are you checking out? What's good?
I am checking out some scores. You know where you can check them out at?
Where's that, Trammell?
SanAngeloLive.com/scores. That's right. This is the best place to find any scores or any kind of football content you're looking for. We got all write-ups. We got all our great videos. We got our scores. I mean, just countless amount of content. So let's get it going. And don't forget, these scores are brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Let's get it going. Hey, there's me. All right. So first game, we got Westbrook versus Ira. Westbrook right now has got a 19-0 lead in the second quarter. Remember, if that game gets a little more out of hand, they might call it early. LaPryor versus Falls City. There we go. We got Falls City 36, LaPryor 8. That one's in the second quarter. Erie County is down right now 31-0 against May in the second quarter. We'll keep you updated on that one if it doesn't get stopped early. Kennedale against Brownwood. Kennedale's up 20-0 against Brownwood in the second quarter. O'Donnell, Knox City. O'Donnell 24, Knox City 20. That one's in the first quarter. That one's a shootout as it is. Paradise 3, Gymnet 0. That's right, Gymnet has not scored a point at this point. It is in the second quarter. Hurst, LD Bell, and North Crowley are playing tonight. It's zeros right now in the second quarter. Louis Dehanis Cowboys. The Cowboys, they're losing right now, 7-6. That one's in the second quarter. Duncanville is up against Cedar Hill right now, 7-0 in the first quarter. San Saba, Forest, and we're going to have highlights from this one later. It's out in Wall. San Saba's 3-0, but it's in the first quarter. Idalou, 42, Freona, 21. This was in the second quarter. What a shootout. Blanket, 16, Richland Springs, 12. That one's in the second quarter. Water Valley Baird. Water Valley is up 40-8. That's halftime. If it gets a little more out of hand, that one might be called as well. Dalhart 14, Lamesa 8. That one's at halftime. Petrolia, Cross Plains. Petrolia is up 21-14. That's the second quarter. Seagrave Smyre. Seagrave's up 21-16 in the second quarter. Bovina 13, Plains 7. That's halftime. Pampa against Decatur. Pampa is losing that one 21-14. That was in the second quarter. Vega is rocking Shamrock right now, 33-6 in the second quarter. Panhandle, Hale Center. Panhandle's up 48-7 in the second quarter. Clint, they're beating Lakeview right now. It is the third quarter right now, and it is 15-0. Anson 21, Winners 7. That one's a halftime score. McCamey 33, Ropes 0. That one's in the second quarter. Canyon Randall, Abilene Wiley. That one's tied in the second quarter right now, 7 apiece. Denton Geyer is down big right now against Allen, 42-10. We'll have highlights from that one later. Abilene is also up against big against Friendship. They're up 28-0 in the second quarter. We have highlights from that one as well. Archer City 33, Lockney 12. That one's in the second quarter. Wichita Falls Rider against Plainview. Wichita Falls Rider up 21-0 in the second quarter. Windthorst Hico. Windthorst up 42-0 in the second quarter. Abilene Cooper's up big against Saginaw, 28-6 in the second quarter. Munster, Santo, Munster 18, Santo 6. That's at halftime. Lake Worth against Dumas. Lake Worth is up 27-0 in the second quarter. Bruni against Runge. Bruni's up 20-0 in the second quarter. Charlotte, Yorktown. That one's 15-14 in the second quarter. Midland Lee 33, Odessa 0. We'll have a little bit of action from that later. Happy Petersburg, Happy 43, Petersburg 16. Granger 14, Rock Springs 8. Odessa Permian 28, Midland nothing. We showed you a little bit of that earlier. We'll have more from that later. Amarillo Paladura against Lubbock High tonight. Paladura is only up 3-0, and that was in the second quarter. Pilot Point against Clyde. Pilot Point 35, Clyde 8. Littlefield against Denver City in the second quarter. Littlefield's only up by 1, 14-13. Spearman against Roosevelt. Spearman's up by 9, 29-20 in the second quarter. Childress and Abernathy are tied at 14 in the second quarter. Sweetwater against the Lobos. The Left Lane Lobos are losing right now 27-6. That's in the second quarter. Stephenville up big against Benbrook, 28-7. That's in the second quarter. Nevada Community, they're losing against the Glen Rose Tigers in the second quarter, 13-7. Big Spring, they're winning their game against Riverside 20-7. And that's going to be it from the San Angelo Live Scores page. You can find these plus more, plus all kinds of better content. SanAngeloLive.com/scores. Deersky and Deersky Realtors presents it, the real estate professionals of Texas. Now back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Trammell taking care of us there at the Joe's Ice House live desk. Now joined, we talked about him earlier, the QB1, the San Angelo Central QB1, Mr. Malachi Brown.
The record breaker.
Yeah, you were. We'll get into that here in a few moments, but man, Malachi, it's one thing, we get to see you, I've seen you, in a number of games for the last few seasons, just hanging out on Friday nights, doing your thing. Now It's one thing we get to actually chat with you on a week because this week is the bye week.
Yes, sir.
What's this week been like for you so far?
It's just been pretty relaxing. We've been healing, going over the little things in practice.
Yeah.
And getting that done. Trying to get better.
I used to love bye weeks. Bye weeks were the best. Just
chill.
chill.
In a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So are y'all still having the early morning practice during the bye week?
Usually it's around 6:30. This week's been around like 7:30.
Oh.
So extra 30 minutes.
Extra
counts.
Z's.
The extra 30 minutes. Yeah.
Counts.
All right. Well, Mal, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Last week we saw you go to work against the Midland High Bulldogs. Before we talk about the record, let's talk about, playing in the Little Southwest Conference, because for the last few seasons, you threw to this guy a few times, playing amongst the DFW teams. Is it a little bit more meaningful now that you're playing against traditional rivals?
Yes, sir. I haven't been able to play against them because my freshman year I got hurt. So this year's my first year playing against them. So it's like our original rivals.
Yeah. Well, your older brother, Mike Brown Jr., he had some battles with those guys. I imagine, have y'all traded war stories? Has he traded any war stories with you on some of those there?
A little bit. He said against Mojo.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was probably the toughest team.
Yeah.
So, and I went to all his games, so I know the atmosphere that's going to be there.
Mike Brown Jr., I tell you, he was fun to watch. He wasn't a very big guy, and when they lined him up either in the slot or running back, man, you did not know what was going to happen on that. Okay, so let's get into it. You threw 6 touchdowns last Friday night. You broke a school record you were among some of the most prestigious guys in San Angelo that have done this. We're talking the Cal Vincents of the world, the Brendan Wootons, the Braden Hucks, and you probably have to go back further than that to find some really good guys. Thoughts on that, my man?
It's really, I don't know how to explain it. I just take what they give me. Score the touchdowns, it comes with it.
He called it too. He said he was going to get it this year too.
Well, that's a very humble way to respond to that. Most guys, it's like, it's Deion Sanders' primetime when he was at a la Florida State. It's like, just cue up the band, when you're throwing up in my way. So, but no, that's very cool that you honor it that way. Is it? Did you kind of know about that stat? Certainly heading into this season, or have you known about that heading?
I haven't heard of it. Just when I tied it, they told me, and I didn't really know.
Really?
And we don't aim for it. We don't aim for records or anything. We just go to win, and that comes with it.
All right. Well, this season it's been, it got off to a very, rocky start, rough start, 0-3. Since the district season has rolled around, you guys have just been, on. Were those first 3 games, were those kind of a learning moment
Yeah,
for you guys?
we're moving people around, seeing where they belong in their position, and we face some adversity. Every year we come over that, so
Absolutely.
it's just part of it.
Yeah. Well, you guys, y'all graduated this guy, of course, last year, and Tanner Dabbert. Talk about some of your wide receivers this year. It looks like you got some studs out there that are there. You can't replace a Christian Gabaldon or a Tanner Dabbert, but you got some guys that are doing some things out there. Tell me about what your receiving core is looking like.
2 returning starters, or just Jalen, right?
Yeah.
So people that stepped up, I'm just proud of them. They've been stepping up pretty big right now. So just going out there making plays, catching it every time I throw it their way.
Definitely.
Tyler too. Tyler stepped up big.
Sophomore.
Yeah, Tyler Hill. Now he's kind of the heir apparent. He's the guy that will eventually replace you when. I don't even want to think about that because that means it's the end of an era, the Malachi Brown era. We see that. We saw that. I feel like and it is going to date me here because I've been around watching Central football for so long. There was whenever I came back to San Angelo, it was the Braden Hucks era. Then we had the Braden Wooten era. Then the Cal Vincent era.
A little bit of Mav.
And then a little bit of Mav and a little bit of Mal here. So. So the next 2 games, these games are monster games for you because they're going to decide so much.
Yes, sir.
How much do y'all actually realize that? Do y'all talk about that, or is it just kind of just go with the flow?
Oh yeah, Coach Davis lets us know, but then again, we're just going out there play another game. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, the next game against Odessa Permian, Mojo. What do you know about these guys, and what makes them so good? I imagine, have you all seen a little bit of tape on them, or have you at least seen what they have to offer?
Yeah, I've seen their defensive tape. I haven't seen their offense. I know they run like really good run game.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good quarterback, so that's gonna be a tough game. But Coach Crane always whips up some plays and calls the right plays for us. So
That is true.
we just gotta execute.
Definitely.
Pretty sure we'll get the job done.
For sure. Now, Coach Crane, he's operating from is he still operating from the booth, the
Yes,
eye in the
sir.
sky?
Yes, sir.
Now, for a number of years, he's always been on the sideline
Mhm.
with you. How much different is it with him up there and not down on the sideline with you this
It's
season?
very different. I don't really get to talk to him except for halftime, and it's a little bit slower on the offense. We move fast, but we could move faster.
It's better for him, though.
Yeah, it's better for him. He sees the defense because
The
on the
overview.
sideline he doesn't
Right.
really see what we're looking at. Because if I had to tell him myself, but now he knows.
Man. Okay.
Do
Well,
y'all still use sugar or no? Just line up they just line up on the ball, say hut, and then Coach Crane just reads the defense that whole time, and then
Yeah.
he'll
Then
call
Then he calls
something
up a
after.
play.
okay.
Yeah.
So now that brings up a very interesting question. You play the old NCAA, the Madden games.
Mhm.
So how do you think Coach Crane will actually fare in one of those games?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's the eye in the sky. Do you think he would actually be a good Madden guy?
I think so, just because how he is. He knows football. He just needs to learn the buttons. That's all.
Yeah, he's got to learn the buttons.
That's
That
about
I would love to see that matchup.
That'd be
That's how
something.
it is with me. I know how to read the defense when I'm playing Madden. This guy knows.
Stasta whoopee.
Yeah. No, we should certainly bring that to the attention of Kevin Crane. So, well, Malachi, so let me kind of give us the nuts and bolts of this show, where we kind of check in on a number of games, a lot of live streams. We saw Abilene High and Friendship earlier. We checked in with Allen and Denton Geyer. Now, these are teams that certainly Denton Geyer is a realistic team that y'all could face down the stretch. Then, of course, I think we saw
Cedar Hill and
Duncanville.
Yeah.
Now, last week we saw, what was it, Trammell? Was it Cedar Hill and DeSoto? It was down the stretch in that one there. And
They went down the thing late. Who won that one? DeSoto ended
I
up.
believe it was DeSoto that ended up pulling that one out. But yeah, Cedar Hill's kind of in like the same kind of boat as Central is. There's a 2-week gauntlet that's just unforgiving.
And they're tied up with Duncanville. I think,
Yeah,
right now,
they're
which
giving
is-
them a run for their money.
Yeah.
So Trammell, there's a page that Gabaldon sent to you.
Yeah, I've got as many of those as I got, but most of them right now are just halftime.
Okay.
I'm halftime in a lot of things. So Malachi, you've played Abilene this year and you played Friendship this year. Say before I told you the score, who do you think was better team, I guess?
Friendship gave me a little more run for my money. I guess I didn't throw 5 touchdowns against them. So,
Yeah, there you go.
so,
All right, well, just a little update. Right now, Abilene is actually up 28-0. Wow.
28-0 on Friendship. That's huge for them because they're trying to
Playoff.
play for that last seed, and it's crazy now. Now you guys obviously had your way with Abilene High, and then the next week they just come out against Permian. Did y'all see that coming?
not at all. I was not expecting
We were surprised
that.
in here, too, man.
I mean, we kind of found ourselves, I think, in kind of rooting for Abilene High.
Yeah.
We're like, kids from the north side.
And
let's
you love
go.
Mojo, too.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's backtrack on that. Hey, I'm not a full Mojo fan. I did say this. Mal, I say this because, I know you're a Cowboys fan. I know your mama, rest in R.I.P., Fel Marie, huge Cowboys fan. I made the analogy that Permian, they are something like America's team. Whenever Permian is relevant, kind of like when the Cowboys are relevant, it's fun to talk about. It's fun to watch. I mean, I think most folks would agree with that, even if you don't like Permian,
Yeah.
or if you don't like any of that. But
If you don't like
we don't like Permian around here, around these parts of West Texas, so they can go kick rocks. So yeah, we'll see those guys next week. How pumped are you to face the black and white, the Mojo Panthers, the mystique that is Odessa Permian next week here at St. Angelo Stadium.
I'm really excited. Just can't wait to see the atmosphere. I know when my brother played, it was a full house out there.
That was what, 2016?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, and just that team alone that went on.
Yeah.
The Adam Wests of the world, the Henry Teeters, the Cal Vincents. I mean, you can go down the line
Manning.
of Manning there. So a lot of good. I mean, that's a lot of big things that were going on there.
Well, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news or anything, but they are going to have a lot. I know y'all have tons of momentum coming for y'all, but they are going to have a lot of momentum. Right now, they are beating Midland 35-7 at halftime.
Wow.
Man.
And I know that's a Midland team. That's just, we all know what it is. but
we'll say it for you, Malachi. We don't want to put you in those positions. We'll say that for you. Midland is what it is.
Yeah. Midland is what it is, and we knew what was going to happen in this game. But a big lead like that at halftime must feel good, I guess, for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Already looking forward to next week.
Yeah, they're going to need all the momentum that they can get heading into next week with St. Angelo Central. So, all right, joining us here, if you're just joining us here on the program, this is Cover1 Live here on StAngeloLive.com, joined by the man, the myth, the legend that is St. Angelo Central QB1 Malachi Brown. Dude has been just killing teams, shredding teams all season long. I mean, you could even make a case to whatever was going on in that 3-game stretch that wasn't too good. You were still pumping out things that was good for the Central team. Now you guys are 4-0 in district play, so 4-3 on the season overall. How much fun has it been just in the locker room now that you guys are putting wins in the win column?
Really fun seeing Coach Crane and Coach Davis dancing in the locker room after the game.
Whoa!
That's crazy.
I see those every Friday,
Yeah,
man.
you don't see those usually,
it cracks me up.
It happens.
That happens. Okay, well, I mean, maybe with Coach Davis, I mean, the guy's a Dancing with the Stars kind of guy now. But Crane looks like a guy that's just high and tight. He's not gonna let loose a little bit.
Or they get hyped.
Wow. Okay. Is there?
He scores enough points, I guess. He'll get groovy.
Yeah, I guess if you throw 6 touchdowns, I mean, your QB1's throwing 6 touchdowns. You got to do something about that. Trammell, we are seeing a game out of the DFW area with Duncanville and Cedar Hill. Have you seen that one come across your desk?
Let's see if I can find that.
It looks pretty good. Right now, Duncanville is leading Cedar Hill. They're in South Dallas, 14-7. Of course, Duncanville, these guys are what they are. They've made it to the state championship for the last 2 seasons. They go through for Jaquindon Jackson was just the guy for the last few years. Had you guys, advanced past, I believe it was, y'all would have had to get, into the third or fourth round last year, and that would have been a potential matchup.
Yeah, sure.
That would have been scary because just that defense alone at Duncanville they are something else.
Yeah, I saw that one big dude.
Just a bunch of.
Yeah. So, is there I know
I have a highlight from what's going on in San Saba.
in San Saba. Okay. Do we have a shot sheet on that?
I think Bellini sent it.
Let's see.
Let's check it out.
If we have a shot sheet, then we can move forward with it.
Yeah.
Is that emailed in there?
Yeah, it should be an email.
Okay. All right, let's pull that up. So we're kind of getting things squared away here. All right, let's see. Now, Malachi, this is live broadcast. We kind of do everything. We call the shots here, so we just kind of roll off the seat of our pants at times. Let's see. All right, so Trammell, I do see that we're rolling with the
Should be San.
with San Saba.
San Saba for San.
Yeah, take us away. We'll go ahead and cue to that.
All right. Unlikely start like most games. Field goal. Who saw that coming? That's right. San Saba took a 3-0 lead. That's for San. Hands it off right here. Running back takes it. That's a 1-yard touchdown. Takes the lead at 7-3, and then just an easy slant route. That's going to bring it 10-3. And
Man.
San Saba is still winning this game.
Not too bad. And, San Sab, I got a chance, a few weeks ago, I got a chance to hang out with them, mainly talking about their stadium. It's called the Graveyard. It is exactly what it is from the 30s. We'll fill you in on that here in a little bit, Mal. So back in the 30s, it was an old burial site, a cemetery. They removed bodies from this burial site, which is now San Saba's football stadium. Yeah. When I first heard about that story, my expression was the exact same thing. San Saba, their Coach Aguirre out there just has these guys just working. They came up against a very good Cisco team last week. This week, it looks like they might be on a very good track against Forsan, but I tell you what, they're not going to go quietly into any type of Friday night. Perhaps they do come from the graveyard, so maybe they'll have something that's coming from another life, another world that'll be helping them out down the stretch. So all right, joining us here, San Angelo Central QB1 Malachi Brown. He's now the all-time leader in touchdowns in a single touchdown passes in a single game. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to mess that up, man. that's impressive unto its own. So yeah, we'll be chatting with Malachi. We'll get his 2 cents on next week's game against Odessa Permian, and then of course it doesn't get much easier for the Bobcats, the Angry Orange, certainly heading into the stretch against Midland Lee. So we'll talk about that. Trammell, are we seeing anything from your live desk there?
Yeah, the Warbirds, they're in action. They're back after halftime, opening drive here, and it looks like they're driving 24-yard line. So quarterback takes a snap, and just looks like a simple handoff here. Makes one miss, and another one miss, and gets 2 or 3 out of it. So just want to let y'all know we're in the red zone. We can always come back to it, but...
Well, yeah, let's stick around with a few of these plays here.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so for the folks that are joining us at home, and you're seeing these crazy, I wouldn't call them crazy uniforms, but just different looking uniforms with Abilene High. These are the throwbacks. These are the throwbacks.
I said they were ridiculous looking. Hideous.
Hideous? Was that the word you used?
Leave them in the 50s.
Quarterback takes a snap, hands off. Gets about another 4 or 5 off that one. Going to be 3rd and 4 on the 18-yard line.
Yeah, these uniforms, they pay tribute to the teams of the 50s, the teams that won just a ton of state championships and brought a lot of tradition to the north side of Abilene. In fact, when Steve Warren was there, I mean, those uniforms that he had, they're incredibly baggy, and so now they've kind of tightened up a little bit, but. I think Christian and Mal would say y'all are lucky to have Kevin Crane and Brent Davis, because they have some flair, they have some style with the uniform selection.
They do us right for sure.
Yeah.
They did. I like their patches that they have. The
100-year anniversary.
Those
it looks
are
like you
sick.
guys are going to a bowl game each time that y'all suit up.
All right, so power set here. We got a one receiver up top, hands up. Oh, yep, right down the middle again for the 3rd time in a row. That one's going to get to the 15-yard line, but the sticks are at the 16, so it's going to be 1 yard short. You're up 28. Why not just go ahead and go for it? What do y'all think?
Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right there anyways.
I mean, heck, what do you have to lose? You don't get it. And
no mercy on them.
Yeah, no mercy, right? You're a warbird.
Warbird, yes.
Receiver up top, another power set right here, double tight end set. So takes it, quarterback sneak, and definitely gets it. Going to be 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line.
So they got it?
Yeah, just a simple quarterback sneak, but the little push back there from the running back. And looks like they're going to just keep on driving here. If Tigers don't do something right here, it's going to be a little bit too late for them to come back.
Pass the sticks, Tigers.
So quarterback's back there. Got a spread out now. We got 2 receivers on each side, running back to the right. Linebacker looks like he's blitzing, but we got a flag here, maybe a false start. Yep, going to back him up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15. Ball's on the 18-yard line. What do y'all think, guys? they run 3 plays in a row right down the gut with just a power formation and then come out with a spread.
Yeah, I mean, just throwing up. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, switch it up.
Well,
So,
let's ask the QB1 here, Mal. If you're in this position here, what are you calling? I mean, you have the opportunity to kind of maybe play armchair quarterback here.
You put the ball in Jalen Lifesty's hands.
Hey, that's the right answer.
Their version of Life 50.
I like that answer. Put the ball in the hands of Jalen Lifesty.
Yeah, so the run didn't go anywhere. It actually lost a few, so it's going to be second and about 18, maybe 17, but they got a long way to go, and they keep going backwards. It's only second down, so let's see what they can do. Got an empty set here. Trips to the right. Takes a snap. Running for his life. Throws one up wide open, and that's going to get about half of it down about the 13, 14-yard line. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 11 from there. So scramble for his life out there and just finds down a check man. So the Warbirds, they continue to drive here. It's 3rd and 11. Ball's on the 14-yard line. Got a flex position in there. 2 receivers up top. Running back to the left. Quarterback takes a snap and keeps it. A throwback screen to his running back, and he's going to find the end zone. Yep, that's going to be a touchdown
What a
for
call.
Abilene Eagles. 34-0. Going to bring it 35-0.
That's
Wow.
a Coach Crane call right there.
Yeah, that is.
Reverse.
Yeah, just a little throwback screen right here to his running back, and blockers in front of him. Yeah, it just makes it easy. But look at this stretch right here. That's nice. That's nice. It could have been down at the 1-yard line, but looks like they're going to give it to him anyways. 34, potentially 35. Yep, 35-0.
All right, Matt Trammell from the Trammell Live Desk. Before it gets too late, Trammell, let's get to your lines, and we'll start with this game here. So we'll brief you on this here.
Before it gets too late, these are already blown out of the water, man.
Well, you already set the line on a lot of these Trammels, so I mean it doesn't matter. Malachi, we won't include you on this one here. We're not playing for money. We maybe play with the Topo Chico, you know. We keep it real around here when it comes to that. So our line, Trammell is we make references to them last week because we started the segment here, pretty much covering the field. It's Matty Vegas because he was calling a lot of the lines last week, making the lines, and was incredibly close in a lot of these games. It's like, okay, Trammell, well, let's see what maybe let's
If it
play.
was beginner's luck.
Yeah. So we're kind of seeing where he stands this week. So Trammell, you set the line with this Abilene High friendship game with the over/under of 61, and you set the line at +4 in favor of Abilene.
See, I had envisioned this game of more of a shootout. You know, that Friendship Tigers, when they played Central, they threw the ball, they spread the ball out, and they really chunked that thing. And they did that against other teams in the district too. So I figured, you know, Abilene High, they're gonna score some points, but Friendship's gonna score some points. But I didn't see the Abilene blowout. But 61 still not possible. They're at 35 right now. They're halfway done.
Yeah,
so,
they could get there themselves.
Abilene gets on the board. I mean, if Friendship gets on the board, maybe things change a little bit.
All right, so 61, Trammell made the line. Well, obviously the spread on that is not gonna hold up.
No.
So we'll go with this one. Gabaldon, what are you picking? You picking the over or the under in this one here?
In the Friendship
With Abilene
Abilene?
High and Friendship.
I'm going to go under on that one.
Okay, under for Christian. So I will obviously take the over. We'll see with that there. So yeah, thoughts on from the Trammell Live Desk. Do we dare challenge Trammell? What he's thinking on this?
Man, you know, of course, one of them's going to hit. But we're going to go ahead and say 61. I think that's still possible. I think the Friendship's going to get on the board at least. They'll probably get 2 touchdowns in this one. They'll squeeze 2 out of here somewhere.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and take the over on it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next game with Midland Lee in Odessa High. Trammell, you set the line at 10.5 in favor of Lee, of the Rebels. Over/under at 48.5. What made you kind of decide 48.5 with that?
Well, I knew it was going to be around that number. I don't see these teams scoring in that 60 ball club. That's a lot of points. I think Midland can score a lot of points, but I just didn't see it in this matchup. And I didn't see Odessa scoring any points. So
Okay.
The 10.5, I knew they could probably beat them by 2 touchdowns, but that's what they'll have to do to get the over.
All right.
What's the score in that one?
Let me get a score update for it.
All
If I
right.
give you the score, that's kind of cheating. Right?
Yeah, in fact,
All right.
before we get the score, we'll hold off on that.
Yeah, I'll
Gabaldon,
save
what are you
the
going
score.
with? Are you picking the over or under here?
I'll go over on that one.
Okay. Over for Gabaldon. I will take the under.
Anybody taking the spread or the line?
Man, I'm not taking that one there.
You don't think they're going to win by 13?
I'm only going to take the over/under with that.
You don't think they're going to win by 13?
I think they will win by 13.
All right.
I think the over/under would be a little bit more challenging at this point.
Well, the score right now at halftime, 40-0.
40-0.
Wow.
Midland lead. There's blowouts in every single game in the Little Southwest Conference, and really every game across Texas right now.
Man, well,
What's
that's
going
what
on?
happens when the Bobcats are off for a week.
Yeah.
There's nobody. There's nobody that's.
Nobody challenging to play.
Yeah.
Nobody intimidating.
All right, we will stick with. Let's see. There's one more game in the Little Southwest Conference, and this is Midland High and Odessa Permian.
We can pull it up, the game up. We actually got a score update if we can go to it. Maybe this is either the end of halftime or a score update, but Midland's about to kick the ball off.
Okay. Well, so Trammell, you set the line there at. Let's see. Midland and Odessa Permian, 66 points in the over/under,
Goodness.
Hey,
and 13 in favor of
that
Permian.
could definitely happen, but you know what? The thing that could happen was because Odessa Permian could beat this team by 40 points.
Okay. Gabaldon, what are you taking the over/under in here?
I got under on this one.
Under for Permian, and I'll take the over, of course. All right.
All right, Manny, you're living brave over there.
I know. I'm living very brave
on that one.
at that one there.
But are you? Because last time we checked, at the end of the half, it was 35-7. We may get a score check right here. Let's see what it says. And if it's 35-14, Manny, that does not look bad
Okay.
for that 66.
Okay. So we got a hold. We got a hold right there. With certain. Well, no, I took the over. So yeah. No. Hey, Permian, keep on going.
Yeah,
Keep on going.
There you go. Hey, remember when Manny's preaching he's not a Permian fan?
I know. Hey, easy,
Pull up the
Trammell.
tape.
All right.
Another one we got, the North Side, the boys.
Yes. So we do have now. We have the Lakeview Chiefs in action tonight out in Wink, Texas. I know, Mal, you have some friends on that Lakeview team there. First thoughts on the Lakeview guys. I mean, do you interact with those guys quite a bit?
Not as much, but I know they play pretty hard. We've been playing them since middle school.
It's been different without them having Tristan Franklin.
Yes.
I know he had surgery to repair. Was it an ACL?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's probably the closest one the person I'm closest to.
Yeah. Hopefully the surgery went well. Of course, they do have the mullet magic.
Mullet man.
Yeah, with Albert Rodriguez, that mullet's probably. I mean, and Ashton Hartsfield probably is. That's.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, he would challenge that. Is there another guy on the Central team with the rocking the mullet besides Ashton?
McNutt.
Okay.
I think Barton.
Barton's rocking the mullet.
I think so.
The tank,
the
big tank running back.
Big Barton.
We'll get to that mullet in a bit because that does sound interesting. Let's talk about the kids from the north side, Lakeview and Clint tonight.
All right.
Trammell, you said
Clint. I had Lakeview winning. I had them win by 3.5. Anybody want to take that?
winning by 3.5.
I'm hearing crickets in here. This is not.
I'll take the 3.5 points in favor.
Love Lakeview winning. 3.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the 3.5.
All right, Manny. Like I said earlier, you're living life on a limb. Over under 54.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Gabaldon, what are you taking in this one here? You taking the over or the under? 54 points.
54 Lakeview Clint.
Go under.
Oh, of course you would go under. Yeah, you would.
It's like he's got the scorebook right there.
Yeah.
Manny, is that you? Are you living by the bullet? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking points. I'm not going to take that over. I know what that one's like already. I got a good feeling that that's not going to be in my favor at all.
So it's our San Angelo Live / scores brought to you by Deerskin District Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. We'll tell you that Lakeview is down in the third quarter, 15-0.
Whoa! Okay.
Rival Big Spring is beating San Elzario by 2 touchdowns right now.
Okay. All right. Well, we do have one more game. There was a graphic goof on Forest and Saba, so we'll stick with the graphic here. One more game with Baird in Water Valley tonight. Oh man.
6-man battle.
Yeah, 6-man.
6-man
I know,
spread.
and Malachi, I know you play 11-man football. You probably don't know too much about the 6-man game. It's almost, you just call it basketball and pads because as spread out as these guys are, it's like, hey man, I'm just gonna chunk it 50 yards down the field. All right, cool, man. And then nobody's really there to hit them. All right.
You want to throw it?
Yeah, everybody gets a chance to throw it.
Hey, you
Yeah.
throw it. Yeah.
You throw a touchdown pass. You throw a touchdown
See,
pass.
Malachi wouldn't like that. He wouldn't be able to get all 6 of them. He'd catch 2 or 3. And
Yeah,
throw
I
2
can
or
only
3,
imagine what Malachi Brown would be on a 6-man field. I
Safety
mean,
and quarterback, wide out.
insane. If he's throwing 6 touchdowns, at the Class 6A level with 22 guys on the field.
There you go.
All right, last game here. Water Valley Baird. This is the 6-man ranks. Trammell.
Hey, got to keep the Concho Valley boys
Yeah.
right here. See, it's a 6-man. The spread might be a little funny, but I had them 45 in them. So
Okay.
Water Valley by 45 with the over/under of 67. So I didn't think they were going to outright 45 and thought the little extra point was going to happen.
Okay. I'm going to step in on this one first, Gabaldon.
Go ahead,
I
go
will
ahead.
take the points on that, the 45. I think they may have been on that. Over under. What do you want on that? What are you
Go
taking?
Over.
Over?
Over.
Okay. Over for Gabaldon and under for me. So we will evaluate ourselves and see where that shakes out at the end of the night. Trammell, do you have an update at least on that game with Water Valley and Baird tonight?
Last time we checked, it was not 45 yet, but it was 40-6 at halftime.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
That'd be a mercy rule.
yeah, so Malachi, a little update on how the 6-man game works is if at any point.
Water Valley has just won the football game. Score update.
Okay.
If we want to do a score
Hit us
update,
with that.
I'll hit you with a score update. So, boys, overs, unders. Who said what?
I said over.
Manny said under.
Yep.
Final score 54-8.
Oh,
That's 66.
God.
No one wins.
Oh my God.
I win.
Dang, Trammell, look, you're getting incredibly close. I don't. There's something. We're gonna have to have a recount here.
Oh, but by the way, 45. So that was a straight outright. Your boy.
Your boy.
What's going on.
Oh man! All right, so we're having fun here. Trammell just gave us a live update with Water Valley Baird. Water Valley advances to the area round of the Class 1A Division 1 playoffs. So Mal, how 6-man football works? If we're going into the half and a team is up by 45 points or more, it officially gets called. That's the 45 roll, mercy roll. It's waving the white flag. We don't want any more. If they're under 45 points heading into the half, okay, well then they continue to play football. Well, if at any point in the second half they arrive to 45 points, a 45-point lead, ball game.
Should have done that with Lamar for us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Got out of there.
Now, y'all think that's bad. I mean, you got to think when Sterling City plays Bryant, if they don't stop in the first quarter, it could be 250-0.
Yeah, that's
very quickly.
That's a little something there to think about. Trammell, are you seeing anything there there at the live desk that might intrigue us that we can have fun
we can
with
check back into
Malachi Brown?
the Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. They just had a nice catch right here, so let's see if we can get to it quick enough. We can maybe get an instant. Or we'll see if they'll actually play the instant replay. But man, it was a bomb, about a 20-yard, 30-yard pass down the field.
By Mojo?
Yes. Oh, we're getting a buffer here. Give me a second.
All right, we'll go back to Trammell as we're awaiting the buffer there. So Trammell, kind of set this one up here. I guess what we're approaching here on the live stream.
So Mojo has the ball there. Actually, maybe that actually might have. I saw that late. That was actually not a catch. That was actually just a recovered punt. Excuse me, guys. But Nonetheless, Mojo has the ball. It's 35-7, and they're just running their triple option right here and moving the ball down the field. 2nd and 6. They're on their 35-yard line. So, I mean, they've moved the ball all night. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So, hang around long enough, and you'll see another touchdown. So, fullback keeper right here. He gets about 5 or 6 on that one. Don't know if that'll actually bring up the first down, but it'll get him pretty close. Actually went ahead and gave him the first down. So first down and 10 on the 42-yard line. And Mojo just continues to drive on this Midland team. And, I mean, we've seen Midland struggle all year. But we've also seen Mojo struggle against teams that they probably should have beaten. So we'll see what happens.
Wow. Okay. Well, Mojo, of course, will come to San Angelo next week. We will see what Odessa Permian, if they are pretenders or contenders in the Little Southwest Conference.
Do you have the Duncanville game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on a 4th down right now.
This one just looks like this is just getting out of control there. All right. So, for all those that are joining us, we'll go. Thank you, Matt Trammell. There you are from the live desk. I'm assuming that you probably have a few other things that you'll be checking out down the road for us. All right, thank you. All right, the second hour of coverage is presented by W&W AFCO Steel, pretty much building America. If you look at a lot of the structures of stadiums around the country, you have NRG Stadium, you have Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, home of the San Francisco 49ers, Busch Stadium, home of the St. Louis Cardinals, Heinz Field, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you name it. Yeah, the steel has been manufactured here in San Angelo that goes to these places there like that. So thanks to W&W AFCO Steel for their support of this show. All right, so we're nearing, we're probably past the halfway point of a lot of these games here. Trammell, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, we got a lot of halftimes, but one game that's not quite at halftime, it's getting pretty close. Cedar Hill versus Duncanville, and it is a nail-biter. It's 4th and 2 right now, 14-14. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Cedar Hill with the rock
on both
here.
sides. Looks like just a speed option. Quarterback's going to keep it, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Let's see where they mark him. Oh, this is going to be a tough mark, but looks like it is going to be good enough for the first down. So 38 seconds left, and Cedar Hill's driving on Duncanville, and we can just watch it again. So it was a speed option, but he just wanted to keep it the whole time. I think he might have had that option to throw at 13, but who knows?
Now, that looks like a Malachi Brown kind of play there with a little RPO, a little run-pass option. Do you like those kind of plays, Malachi?
Keep him on the edge.
So tight end up top, we got doubles down, running back on the right. Tries to make him jump first time, takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, and gets just pummeled by the defense right there. Man, that means the clock's going to keep running. Not sure how many timeouts are left in this one, but looks like they're just going to go ahead and line up. So we got trips up the top with the tight end and just a spike right there. Man, get a little feisty down there on the line. There's some big old boys in this.
I think guys we'll be seeing on Saturdays and perhaps on Sundays in years to come.
Malachi, when you see some of these boys that are like 6'9", 280 running at you, what do you think?
A little slower than me.
Hey, that's what they are.
That's right. They are.
That's right. So we got empty set here, trips to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He's looking to throw this one, looking to throw it deep here, but checks down a little bit. Quarterback comes and tries to make the tackle, but misses. Doesn't exactly get out of bounds, but tried to at about the 22-yard line. Clock still running, only 5 seconds left. Don't look like they're even going to get another playoff right here. Oh, spiked it on the – well.
Did they get it?
Well, we got a flag in the air. Either way, I think that would just end the clock. He should have just tried to get it.
And he should have went out of bounds. Because I'm sure they have a good enough.
You got to go out of bounds at that.
I'm sure they have a good enough kicker.
So we got a false start. Probably going to decline it, and that's going to be halftime.
Man, that is a heck of a ball game there in South Dallas.
That could have put them up.
What went in that quarter? So going into the half, tie ball game, Cedar Hill 14, Duncanville 14. Anyone's ball game. We got just two clubs full of athletes.
Yeah, to say the least. Trammell, is there anything that's that you're checking out that could pique our interest there?
Let's just keep going right here. I mean, Abilene High and Permian, the little Southwest Conference right now is pretty much done for. Surprisingly, remember we saw that huge score, that huge score differential when Allen was playing Denton Guyer earlier. But now Denton Guyer has actually made this kind of a game. It's now 49-31 after it being 49-12.
Wow.
So Denton Guyer is putting it on them. I mean, it looks like they're going to try to come back.
Wow, so
Maybe.
not ready to wave the white flag by any stretch of the imagination there. Man, so that's a good ball game that continues to evolve there. We will keep an eye on that one there. Good, so I guess I wouldn't say Texas high school football is taking a week off with the bigger classifications, but games just maybe aren't quite as good as what we've seen in the last few weeks. But it's a big week for classes, class 1A through 4A. This is the opening round of the playoffs. Trammell is signaling us to go to Ratliff Stadium. Let's check that out.
So right here, it's 3rd and 12. Oh, we had a little buffer issue, but 3rd and 12, a little slant route, and that's going to be another touchdown for Mojo. They're piling it on. Going to make it 41-7. So just right here, triple option, but doesn't run the ball. Decides just, hey, little slant route. That's all you need. And that's going to be a touchdown for Mojo and make it this extra point. Oh, actually got offsides on the defense, but that was declined. So we're going to bring it 42-7. 7. Sorry, excuse me. 42-7.
42-7. Let's check in and see what we did with the over-under there. Trammell, you said 66?
Yeah.
Over-under?
That's getting close. 10 points.
42-7. So, all right.
See.
Yeah, thank you, Matt Trammell, courtesy of Joe's Ice House and Eggemeyer's General Store, bringing us up to date on the streams across Texas.
Hungry? Go to Joe's. Thirsty? Go to Joe's. Anything else?
Matt's got to get that shameless plug of
Go to
Joe's Ice House in there.
That's right.
All right, Malachi, we were talking about facing Permian. Defensively, what are you seeing about these guys that kind of makes it interesting, that could be a good ball game next week to watch?
Nothing too special. It's just they have pretty good backers and rovers or strong safeties, but it's pretty much nothing you can't handle. So we just gotta.
I got you. Do they at least respond well to the deep ball? I mean, that's Abilene High. Y'all caught them on their heels all night long in a lot of different deep passes, and certainly with Midland High. Because they're used to offensively kind of taking the game away and lulling you to sleep, and their defense kind of having to do what they do and potentially come up with stops from time to time. But how do they respond to the spread?
It just depends what we're running, what they give us. They can either play both. They can play one side man, other side zone. So
okay,
just gotta take what they give me.
All right. How do you think? Because we're seeing, this year it's like you have just a number of. Well, 1 second, we'll put that on pause. Trammell, we'll check in with you from Shotwell Stadium. What do we got cooking there?
Oh, so right here, it looked like Friendship was knocking on the door to score. The Warbirds, they're not giving up, so they got the sack right here, but they're knocking on the door. Is Friendship going to get the first score, or their first score of the game? Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied there. So the ball's on the 20-yard line. It's 3rd and about a mile. But Friendship definitely has those packages to get those deep balls out, so let's see what happens.
Make it look a little less ugly.
Right, so we got running back to the left, doubles on each side. Quarterback takes a snap. And looks like just a screenplay here and only gets about 3. It's 3rd and 20. Guys, are y'all calling a screen there?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's coming from the Bobcats. The Bobcats are always down for the screen.
With the a la Jalen Leifesty.
Yeah.
When in doubt, throw it to Leifesty.
See what he gets.
So it's going to be 4th and about 13. they're going to have to throw the ball here. They can't do nothing small. They're going to have to probably put it in the end zone. Trips to the right, excuse me. One receiver to the left, running back to the left as well. Quarterback takes the snap. And just to the single receiver side, and Mostyn went ahead for the jump ball, and he calls it a touchdown, but there is some laundry on the field. It looks like it's going to be pass interference on the defense, though. Just check this out one more time. So the deep ball, back shoulder ball, and just perfect. That's just you can't have anything else.
I see you, number one.
Man defense,
Man
take advantage
hands.
of it.
All right, so what does that make the score now, Trammell?
That's the first touchdown for the Tigers. Let's see if they hit the extra point, but that will make it 42-7. Yep, confirmed 42-7. The line's at 61. So
it's nearing it.
Getting close. And that's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Okay, we got time. Let's go Warbirds. Actually, yeah, because I took the over on that there. All right, Malachi, how much different is it this year? I mean, you guys don't have, there's not too many fans in the stands, things like that, with all the COVID that's going on. From a player's perspective, how much different is it?
It's not much different. Obviously, the atmosphere gets us pumped up, makes us want to play more. Mm-hmm. But we just go out there and play football. It's not much different. Our family's there. Yeah. Most of our friends from school are there, so that's good.
Okay. So it's not out of it's nothing like it's just
tragic.
Weird. Or, yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense with that. These last two games, how much have y'all been looking forward to the last two games, the last stretch that's going to kind of propel y'all into something big for the rest of the season?
We're looking forward to it. They're a pretty good team, so that'll get us really prepared for playoffs. Obviously, we're already in playoffs, so I'm just looking forward for that.
Right on. Yeah, so we'll see Malachi Brown next week as he and the Central Bobcats will host Odessa Permian. There's likely, big implications involved with that, certainly when you talk about a district championship, because it was Lee and Permian that were picked to win the. Yeah. I mean, and here you guys are.
Scoff at them.
They had friendship over us.
Yeah, it's like okay, yeah, that team from San Angelo.
I mean, Abilene High was like way on the bottom of that list.
I know,
that list, and now they're going to look like they're going to try to hit that middle or maybe top of the middle pack. Exactly,
and you can't necessarily rule out Abilene High and all that as well. So. When you guys saw those preseason polls that came out and it said that, y'all are likely to just not make the playoffs or to just be on the cusp of that, what was that? What did that feel like?
Just wanted us to do better, prove them wrong, I guess. And obviously that's showing. When we got to district, we shut out.
Yeah, you most definitely did. So
hopefully get you your first gold ball, right?
Yeah,
that'd be sick, man.
Yeah, and
add one to the collection.
I know, right? Yeah. So there's a gold ball at stake, and then what is it? 11 consecutive years of clinching a playoff spot. So you guys did that for Brent Davis. How clutch has Coach Davis been? Since you've kind of taken the helm of the quarterback position. I remember when I always remember this image in my mind when y'all played against Cedar Park, and that was one of your first starts there. And there he is coming down, you and him coming down the steps, and he has his hand on your shoulder, and he's just it looks like, hey man, don't just you're cool, just don't be don't get too crazy about it, But how clutch has he been throughout this whole process since you've taken over the quarterback?
Really clutch. He just put the ball in my hands, trust me with the ball. Third downs, fourth downs, he lets us go for it, I guess. He trusts me to get it, and that just shows how much he trusts me.
Blackjack Davis right there.
Blackjack Davis, yeah. Yeah, there's Ron Rivera for the Washington football team. He's Riverboat Ron.
And then Blackjack Del Rio was a thing too.
Yeah. Blackjack Davis, I do like that. We'll have to bring that up to him. Let's see. So now there's always, and we always see things with you, Malachi. The play is never over with you, and certainly there's that gunslinger mentality within you. Do you always kind of have that mentality, or at least that thought in your head? I can make that throw. That throw's possible. Even if it's in the crowd. No. It's right there.
Yeah, just throwing it up. I know they can make a play, so having that trust with it just adds on to it. Last year, having him and Tanner out wide, I would just check them to a vertical, throw it up to him.
Yeah, I can imagine. And certainly with Seth Levesque, a guy who's, just jump out the gym. Does he play basketball? Is he a basketball player?
I'm not sure yet. From TLC.
Yeah, I imagine if that guy laced him up on the court, it's like, hey man, let's go. Yeah, throw it to him there at about the 3-point line, and let him figure it out and see who's gonna dunk on. Because he does. I do see the pregame where he's dunking on the goalpost. Dude's got some hops.
Some slide.
Do y'all in practice? Do y'all have like more like a toss up of like, hey man, just go up and get it? Is there any? Do y'all have that kind of play in y'all's quiver there?
Yeah, when we run 1-on-1s, they're always competing with our defense against the varsity defense. So that's fun going against the greater competition during practice.
Yeah.
At the end of practice, we do third downs.
Okay.
And whoever loses has to run.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, we got one drive, like first down. If we score, they have to run. Ain't beat us yet.
So in some of these, they haven't beat you yet. Oh man, Mal's calling out his defense here on COVER1 Live. So these 1-on-1s, do these top receivers like the Tyler Hills? Or the Hill brothers and the Seth Levesque, do they win these 1-on-1 matchups like that, or does the defense kind of get the best of them?
Defense is pretty good during one, is getting their ahead. Competition, obviously, they know how they run their routes. We've been playing against them all summer long. So, yeah, it's a good competition.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I remember they used to know the signals, too.
Yeah,
They'll look back real quick. They'll look at the signals. They know it's coming already.
Okay. Well, that's understandable if you play each other for, you're squaring off against each other for that amount of time. So, all right. Here on COVER1 Live, here on StAngelolive.com, the second hour of coverage presented by W&W AFCO Steel, joined by the San Angelo Central QB1, Malachi Brown. Man, it's been a lot of fun watching you, Malachi. It was crazy how you took over your sophomore season. How much have you grown since that year? You're now in your senior season. How much do you actually see the field? Has the game slowed down for you?
Yeah, it's a lot. Sophomore year, it's kind of jerky, scrambling. We ran a lot. And last year I got a little more hang of it, reading the defense. This year, slow down a lot more. I can read it way more easier. Throw it a lot more better, too.
Yeah. You are putting it on the money a lot more this year than you have in years past. Not that you weren't in the last few years, but it seems like your accuracy rate is just, you're zeroed in.
Spot on.
Yeah. Certainly from that Colleen Shoemaker game, does Brent Davis, does Coach Davis, does he still remind you guys of that, hey, if we don't get to this, if we don't do this, we can go back to looking like that? Does he keep you all enlightened of that?
Not exactly. He doesn't, say that to us, but he knows, if we're not having good practice, that's how the practice was that week. It wasn't too good, so it just depends on that practice like you play.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, you said they're undefeated this year.
Yeah, man, they haven't slowed down. Obviously we want to see, the Bobcats beat Colleen Shoemaker, but man, if they just kind of gone on a tear since they faced you guys, and I don't think they've lost a football game. So
we were in the game for a little bit. It's just this end of the game makes it look bad.
Yeah,
but we were in there one score away, and then we roughed their kicker and they scored.
Yeah.
3.
And Kyson Snelson.
Oh man, yeah, Kyson. Yeah, he was a little showboat in that in that game. How much did he hear about that after the game?
Oh, Coach Davis made him start at the 5-yard line. Practice how to run into a touchdown.
No way! How to run a ton in a touchdown. That's not a bad way to look at that. I'm sure Kyson didn't approve, but he hasn't done it since. So
I did that in Pee Wee football. Did a front flip into the touchdown. Got called back.
That's funny. So I do remember seeing years ago, because you went to Glenn Middle School.
Yes.
You and Kyson, y'all played together.
Yes.
So I do remember hearing about y'all in the middle school ranks. A lot of the same guys that you're playing with now, you grew up playing with them in the middle school and Pee Wee ranks. How much fun is it to just be around these guys and to just keep that going with them, as y'all get into the senior season?
It's great. We all know each other very well. Even when Pee Wee football, we didn't go to the same school, but we knew of each other. And then going to Glenn and Lee, we all knew each other. And then from freshman to now, the connection is good. I guess that shows why I'm putting around the money. The connection's good.
Shows how you are playing. Too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it. Trammell, what do you got cooking for us as of late?
I got got a little bit of ending to the Water Valley game. The number one name you need to know for the rest of the night, and maybe for the rest of the 6-man playoffs, is who? Manny?
Cannon Weiss?
That's right.
Cannon Weiss for 500, Trammell.
That's right. Cameron Weiss. And, he was balling all night long. Let's go ahead and check him out and watch him make some more plays and more plays and more plays and more plays.
A little Cannon Weiss is never a bad thing.
All right, so first play here, they throw it up, but, who was that with the interception?
No way. Cannon Weiss?
It was not Cannon
Weiss.
But
you added a little drama to that.
But the touchdown right here, 1-yard run in by Cannon Weiss right here. And that's going to give them a huge lead. But here's this one right here. Talk about just, get off me. All the way to the end zone.
Wow.
And that is how the game ended. They were 45. That's a final in Water Valley.
Oh, my gosh.
I saw at least 4 from him tonight.
That's what I'm saying. So we had at least 4 touchdowns from Canyon Weiss. And they only went to the third quarter. So it was balling. That's definitely true.
I do remember last season covering Richland Springs and Strawn. They played in the state semifinal game. They're at Shotwell Stadium in Abilene, and Richland Springs was just so good. Strawn wasn't a bad team either, but I think it was going into the half. They're approaching the 45. Richland Springs was. Well, Strawn was just needing a score to avoid the 45, and when they scored the touchdown before the half, it was like they won the stinking Super Bowl because they were like, "Oh, we get to play the second half.
We're not going home."
Yeah. Well, third quarter rolls around, opening drive. I think they got two drives. That was it. Richland Springs said, we're the 8-time state champions. Yeah,
start
go
the
home.
Bus.
Yeah, start the bus. Hey, we do want to say, I did see this. I was reminded of this on YouTube if you're watching. River Zubia saying hello to us here on San Angelo Live, Cover1 Live. River always taking care of the Bobcats team. In fact, taking care of us on some nights on a few occasions, helping us out with the video crew. So, River Zubia, appreciate you watching. I'm sure Mal you've always been a friend of Mal. So.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Love me some River Zubia. Trammell, anything cooking there from the live desk?
Yeah, so we saw a little action earlier. I kind of teased y'all with a little bit of a comeback. We'll see if I was right or we'll see if I was wrong. Right now it actually is Allen's ball. They're on the 20-yard line. It was third down right here. Let's just go ahead and check out what happens. So fakes the jet sweep and screen to his running back. Just go make some plays here. Make a couple miss. Looks like he's going to go all the way, but unfortunately, he's down at the 3-yard line. So they did end up actually going on to score in this one. So they actually increased their lead. So we may not see a comeback, but hey, at least they're scoring a lot of points.
Man, Denton Geyer. That's different to see them is because they did reach the Class 6A Division II state championship last year against Austin Westlake, and to see them kind of taking one on the chin tonight, that's rough. That really is rough.
At least you could say it's from Allen.
They're playing the biggest school in the state of Texas, and Allen this year has been rolling teams, and number 4 in the state, number 11 in the state. I mean, numbers are numbers, but population numbers count a lot, and that's probably why maybe Allen's winning this game, but, they're just always a powerhouse, so you never know.
The powers that be, they will always be, because they, as you mentioned, Trammell, the biggest school in the state of Texas, they'll always be Class 6A Division I. There was, in fact, in the last few years, there's been talk that they need to create another classification in the state, which teams like Allen and some of the bigger
7A.
schools, would have to elevate themselves to that
Yeah,
classification.
they could just split that school into 2 or something.
I know, yeah. I mean, you
There's
could
so many
probably get
people.
like 2 Centrals out of that whole
could-
thing.
oh,
You
yeah.
know, I'm sure Coach Davis would appreciate some athletes like that. Malachi Brown would like some athletes to throw
Spread the
to.
wealth, spread the
To
wealth.
spread it around with that. So yeah, but that's crazy to think that they have that amount of kids that go to school there. So. Thank you, Matt Trammell, courtesy of Joe's Ice House in Eggemeyer's General Store, helping us out in the live stream. Of course, Joe's Ice House with the Trammell Live Desk.
We have our first final.
What do we got, Trammell?
Manny, the over did not hit. But Abilene, the Warbirds, went ahead and took care of the Friendship Tigers. That game is going to be final. At the end of it, it's 42-7. Abilene beats Friendship, takes their spot, basically, pretty much replaces them for that middle ground in the Little Southwest Conference. So we're seeing some high fives, some shakes, some hugs,
Some dap up.
But for the Abilene High, you gotta love coming in here and getting this win. Not a lot of people. I mean, at least I didn't think so. Saw them winning this game. So congrats to the Warbirds.
So Friendship is pretty much all but done.
Yeah.
They're pretty much eliminated. I think it's safe to say that they've been eliminated unless something just absolutely out of this world happens in the next few weeks.
You never know with this conference.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. I mean, we saw Abilene High knock OP off, so you never know. Could happen. We could be talking a whole nother thing in 2 weeks.
Look at that, the backflips there. Let's go back to the kids from the lean.
Yeah, let's show them. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hit it with it. Hit it with it.
Oh,
Hey.
he's not ready.
Camera shy. You camera shy.
Oh, the kids from the north side of Abilene there, from Shelton, there in North Abilene. Always good. I spent a number of years covering the Abilene High Eagles and the Cooper Cougars, and man, it's that the traditions that go on there in Abilene is fun to watch. So glad to see Abilene getting the dub tonight against the Friendship Tigers. It was years ago. In fact, you can probably go back eight or so years when Abilene, the Cooper Cougars that was a district game with the Friendship Tigers. And they're both in the Class 5A ranks, which is now considered which was a 5A or a 4A at that time because there was just five classifications in Texas. So interesting to see how the growth of these cities in Texas and the school, how it impacts the school. So Mal, have you seen anything that's kind of piqued your interest with some of these games here tonight? Some of the scores or any of the teams here?
Odessa, Permian, and Midland.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shootout, I guess. Points.
Yes, points coming up on that one there. I know it was a few weeks ago, or it was not a few weeks ago. I guess it's about a month ago, if you will, with Midland Lee and Odessa Permian, and that one was a glorified shootout. Did that surprise y'all that Lee fell in that game?
Yeah, that was crazy. Cause was that the week after Abilene or before?
That was I believe that was the before.
Yeah,
So,
it was one
That was
week
the
before.
district opener.
yeah,
right?
there was the district opener. Yeah, that's how they opened that because you guys opened it up against Abilene. Yeah, so was that surprising to see
that
that?
was really surprising. Then, even when Abilene beat them.
Yeah, man.
That started, and then that started the Abilene beating Permian next week. Man,
Yeah, so we've seen some pretty crazy outcomes here. The two upsets of the season with Midland Lee and Odessa Permian. So hopefully we don't see any of that here come next week because Mojo's going to come in here thinking, oh, it's just San Angelo Central. We're going to knock them off. In fact, they haven't won here in a long time. So
5 straight years.
yeah, so that's the winning streak, just against Central versus Little Southwest Conference teams is pretty extensive. It's although Central went to North Texas, it was very tough to compete in that district, but Central's owned West Texas for a number of years. Getting back to that, so Trammell, anything you're checking out here, or perhaps how about a score update from SanAngeloLive.com?
I actually have a highlight if we want to watch this highlight.
Ooh.
So we saw that Allen did end up scoring. They ended up Denton Geyer only settling for a field goal, so it's 56-38, and looks like Allen's going to drive and score the ball right here, but we can see what's going on.
56-38, Trammell. Do you think I would have been interested to see what your line would have been like on that?
101. So go ahead, jet sweep. He takes it, makes one miss, but forgot the ball. Gets on top of it, so now it's their ball. They get to drive. It's fourth quarter, less than 6 minutes, 2-score ball game. But hey, that's how you get it started.
Wow. And that guy looked like he was going to do something.
I thought he was going to take it all the way, maybe.
But either way, a nice strip right there, and Denton Geyer is taking over the ball.
Man, so some developing action from Allen, Texas tonight. So we'll see how that one kind of shakes out. Hey, I know we're talking Friday night lights, but hey, there was a pretty big game last night under the Thursday night lights, and that was with the Wall Hawks and the Boyd Yellow Jackets. A big game last night. Matt, you want to take a look at these with us tonight?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's get into that one there. A big ball game. Now with Wall, can you believe it, opening round? Whenever I say Wall overtime and opening round of the playoffs, does that make sense any? Well, it did last night.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was a very. All right. Yes. So let's check it out. So we have the junior Gabe Haskins taking the reins as QB1 for the Wall Hawks, taking on Boyd, opening Boyd drive, Rendon Lamont's. Yeah. Rolling the dice on 4th and goal. 6-yard touchdown there. Boyd up 7-0. Second quarter now, the Hawks would have an answer. Gabe Haskins to Chase Rios. That looks like a Malachi Brown-like toss there. Money for the 25-yard pitch and catch. Game tied at 7. Under 3 to go in the half. Same score, but not for long. Haskins calls his own number for the touchdown. We are tied. No more. Hawks take the lead 14-7. Third quarter. Here come the Jackets. Rendon Lamont's fakes the handoff, headed for pay dirt, and we're all knotted up at 7. Late fourth quarter, still tied. Boyd lining up for the 27-yard field goal, but just a bit outside, as they say on the diamond. So let's go to overtime. Wall would stop Boyd in their opening possession. Here's the Hawks with an answer. Gabe Haskins to Chase Rios. 20-yard touchdown. Ball game. Cue up the fight song, if you will. 20-14, the Hawks win in overtime. How about that, Malachi Brown? Is that surprising to see how that one shook out there for them?
Yeah, surprised you got that close.
And they threw that much.
Yeah, the fact that they threw that much, because they are normally known for just being a, rock'em sock'em, very rough and tough kind of football team. But I mean, and I will say this, Wall kind of struggled getting leverage on the outside, and with them, it's all about how they can create things in a little bit of space. Or I guess moving those running backs into the edge, and man, it was just tough for them to get to the edge last night. So they will get Bushland. Bushland is they're a spread offense team. They love to throw the football, very much kind of like you guys do. I mean, it's probably 80% of just 90%. Let's just throw the football.
Those are fun to watch, though.
Yeah. And certainly with what goes on with the Bobcats. All right, let's go to the Trammell live desk. What are we watching here?
We got a tie ball game here in Killeen. Let's see if they can have a replay here, but it's no longer a tie ball game.
So we saw Shoemaker down to Harker Heights, correct?
Yeah, that's right. They've been down the whole game. Checked in right here right after halftime, and it was tied. But they actually just took the lead. I don't know if it's going to show but it was about a 60-yard pick six to the house, and the guy ran faster than I could even see it. It's probably not instant replay because the cameras didn't see him. That's how fast it was. I mean, this guy took off. So maybe we'll get a replay, but if not, just trust me on it, folks. It was a heck of a play.
Those kids are different down there.
Yeah, they are. I don't think that Central Texas.
Oh, here we go.
All right, we'll go back to that.
So throws the pick and makes one move, and I mean, guys, I wasn't kidding.
Goodness. Oh my God.
Guys, I was
wow.
This guy was faster than my eyes. I thought it was 60 yards. It was only 20. That's how
my
fast
goodness.
Look at that.
Goodness gracious.
A genuine two-stepper.
Take the lead 28-22. Extra point going to make it 29-22. So looks like Shoemaker just took the lead.
That one play shows what we talk about.
Jiminy
Track team and pads. Right
Yeah.
Yeah, athlete.
Yeah, I don't think Colleen Shoemaker in that area of Texas gets enough respect, just because there's not a whole I guess you would say big time programs that are around them, but man, that's a lot of speed that we just saw right there. Malachi, can you describe like the speed that y'all faced against Colleen Shoemaker and how deceiving that was?
Really
all right, before we get to that,
it's a replay right here. So looks like Midland got on the board. Pass play right here and just finds an open seam, and that's going to be a touchdown for Midland. So that's going to make it, I think, 42-14.
Okay, what did we set? What was your line there, Trammell?
The line set at 66. So 42-14. That would be
56.
66.
56.
56.
Yeah, 56.
Yeah. Okay, so
Getting
we're
close. So the kick is up, and the kick is good. That's going to make it. Let's double check that score real quick.
14. Yeah,
42-14. Yep, that's right.
So there's about I think I saw there was about 5 minutes left on the clock. I don't think Permian will. Yeah, I don't.
56,
They may not get back on the scoreboard. If anything, we're going to see some Midland High action if we're going to see a score come from them. So, man, so we're nearing that one there. We'll check in. So we did have a little fun. Trammell is our resident bookmaker around here with the Texas high school football. We're not playing with money. We play with a little Topo Chico. That's what we play around
it's
here.
It's our currency over here.
Yeah. We are seeing a pretty good game out in North Texas, or certainly in South Dallas with Cedar Hill and Duncanville.
Yeah, the second half just started, actually.
And yeah, this one just getting kicked off there in the third quarter. All knotted up at 14. Two of the biggest programs in the state of Texas going toe-to-toe. This is a district ball game here. Now, if you saw earlier in the season, if you're a Texas high school football junkie like yours truly, Duncanville faced off against the IMG Academy out of Florida, and the IMG Academy just blitzed Duncanville and they blew them out. And that's something we don't see with Duncanville at any capacity, in any
It's crazy to
fashion.
see.
So, the IMG Academy, of course, they recruit kids from all over the country to go to school there and play football there because they're preparing them to play at the college ranks. But man,
basically, it's a college.
Yeah, it is. It pretty much.
And the facility
you're
they
exactly
have,
right,
too.
Christian. Yeah. Malachi, could you imagine playing against guys that are all? that you're going to see that are 4- and 5-star recruits all over the place
on one team.
Could you imagine playing against a guy like that? Guys like that? Yeah, that'd be something different there.
So I got an update. Big Spring is in overtime. So although Lakeview didn't look like they were able to pull one out, Big Spring, their rival, is in overtime. So let's see if maybe we can get a West Texas team keep going in that 4A division.
So that's Big Spring in San Elizario, is that? No,
Big
Pecos.
Spring is playing
They
El
are
Paso Riverside.
They are playing in Pecos tonight against
Yeah.
El Paso Riverside. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm down to see a little Howard County win right there.
Okay. Well, that's kind of maybe south of your neck of the woods there. And Trammell, you're from the Levelland area.
Yeah, you can't drive to Levelland to San Angelo without driving through Big Spring.
Yeah, so Trammell, we made a trip to Big Spring this summer to cover a story, and your whole thing there was because we had to go through Big Spring. It wasn't Taco Casa. What was it?
The Taco Villa. That's right. Y'all know about the Taco Villa. Y'all got to go check it out. We're about to get something close. We can get that what's that burger place over there on Knickerbocker?
Yeah, Texas Burger.
That's right.
That's a Midland kind of thing out there.
Yeah, that's Max over there. I've been there.
All right. Thank you, Matt Trammell, courtesy of Joe's Ice House and Eggemeyer's General Store. All right, Matt, you having fun with us?
Yes, sir.
I know it's we've had you here for roughly about an hour or so. I know it's different having you here and not seeing you on the screen and just throwing for a crazy amount of touchdowns. So yeah, we're gonna take advantage of having you here as much as possible. Let's see. We were talking the mullets earlier tonight. Albert Rodriguez, if you look over Christian's shoulder, that is him. there on the Cover One banner. He is known for having just one of the most amazing mullets ever. Tell me about some of the guys on your squad that rocking the mullet.
I got Ashton started with his mullet. He came to my barber, and I got him hooked up. And I guess Ashton kind of started it. And before that, I think Brady had one.
Brady did.
Brady Allen, yeah.
Brady
Brady
Allen,
Allen, yeah. All
Brady
right.
and Ashton first, and then the JV kids kind of brought it back.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's that running back who's a tank, right?
Yes, sir.
Ashton Hartsfield.
Dude, I mean, with all that hair, I mean, dude, it just adds a little style to that power. That dude's a monster.
Trammell, as we come back to you, can we also maybe have we can take a peek into this Allen Denton Geyer game.
Denton Geyer, they're knocking on the door right here against Allen. That one might have been third or fourth down. Yeah, that was third down. So we're gonna see what happens right here. Actually, no, that was fourth down. So they went for it and they did not get it, unfortunately.
So the comeback is ruined.
So
Basically.
yeah, that comeback is definitely ruined. The 101 over is not going to hit. So we got trips to the left and just a handoff right here. And man just splits it, gets the first down and a little bit more all the way to the 21-yard line. Nope, looks like just the 20-yard line, but that's still going to be first down. Man, it does not look good for Denton Geyer. Allen is just continuing their run. Number 4, who knows? They could end up number 3, number 2,
As they
or
should.
number 1.
As they're expected to.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've definitely been running teams all year. I mean, pretty much. I mean, they're undefeated, so. You know.
I know this Duncanville game. Duncanville's pushing red zone right now.
Okay,
We'll go to that one.
Yeah, we can take a peek in a second.
All right, so we'll come back to us here in just a few moments. All right, so we have Malachi Brown joining us, San Angelo Central QB1 of the Bobcats there. Malachi, just overall, how much fun is it being a Bobcat? Christian's kind of described that. What's it like being a Bobcat? Certainly, in your high school years.
It's amazing. There's a lot of traditions going on. Everybody knows about the Bobcats around San Angelo, so you have a lot of eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
So keeps me out of trouble and having fun.
Yeah. Have you had any like former Bobcats, like from certainly they're well past from the 90s era, the 80s era, and beyond? Have they ever approached you like on Friday nights, or just maybe wanted to chat with you, share a story with you?
Not quite. The only thing is Adam West went to the friendship game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dope.
Okay. Man, that must, you imagine you can point that guy out from a mile away as tall as he is. Yeah. Now, one gentleman who is actually a former Central Bobcat QB1, and he was just recently elected to our Congress for representing District 11, is August Pfluger. He was a San Angelo Central QB1 from the 90s there. Yeah, well, Trammell likes to think so.
Pfluger 2024.
Yeah.
Pfluger 2024.
Yeah. So that's the fraternity of guys that you're in there. So with congressmen and other people there. So that's kind of cool to have a.
I want to know how the road trips, because they're obviously shorter. Is it better for y'all?
So much better.
Yeah,
obviously, if the AC don't work in the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Y'all went down to Killeen. You're already in a sweatshop the whole way down there.
Yeah.
What the heck, man?
I think our defense didn't have AC. They were sweating.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
We're San Angelo Live. We'll sponsor it. Y'all just got to put huge on the side of the bus. Bobcats, San Angelo Live.
Yeah. There we go.
Well,
there we go.
As long as offense isn't sweating the whole way.
we're
Make
good.
defense sweat.
Makes them hungrier.
Yeah. There we go with that.
So I have a score update if y'all want to hear it. San Saba, they were expected to maybe win this game by a few. Here at the San Angelo Live bookkeeping, I actually had San Saba winning this game by 17, but thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, 75. It looks like neither one of those are really going to hit. But right now, it is at the end of the third quarter, 24-17.
24-17, San Saba leading 4 San.
Yep. So, close game out there in Wall.
Do we have I believe Bellini may have sent over a few things. Did he include you in on that?
Let me see. I had the last one. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have. No, I've not gotten the new one.
Okay, never mind. No, I am seeing the last one from about 8:56. So hopefully, maybe we'll get one more from him as the night progresses with
Another
that.
final. Allen 56, Dittengeyer 38. So the comeback was not a comeback actually after all. Not even close. A few good plays down the stretch, but final in this one as they waved goodbye to each other. 56-38. Malachi, I got to ask you, I saw this earlier, maybe it was Texas A&M Consolidated, maybe it was somebody else, but the waving goodbye for the good games, for the high fives. What do you feel about that? Is that weird, or is that just like, who cares?
It is a little weird because they try to tell us not to come in touch with them, but sometimes we come and shake hands or whatever. But yeah, it's a little weird just waving at them.
It looks disrespectful.
It looks disrespectful, but
after the game that you've been touching these guys and getting tackled
that's
by
what
these
I'm
guys
saying.
and stuff, you can't just go say like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, we did that in the beginning of the season. Then friendship, we had a couple players that moved to friendship, so we just went and shook their hands, and everybody else did.
Okay.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, it was very odd to see whenever y'all played against Clean Shoemaker, and after taking that one on the chin from Shoemaker, they're just all like over there, and it's like that looked very weird.
It did, yeah.
It looks disrespectful, but that was the most we can do. That's what they're telling us.
Okay, we'll take that. All right, we have an update from the Trammell Live Desk presented by Joe's Ice House and Eggemeyer's General Store.
So, Eggemeyer's General Store and Joe's Ice House, what two great things if you're wanting to snack. So, right here it's 2nd and 5. It's 2nd and goal. Let's see if Duncanville can go ahead and smash this in. They tried a dive play on the first. Didn't give it 1 yard, but looks like they're going to spread it out here. They got tight end to the right, doubles left, got a receiver coming in, jet sweep maybe. Decides to keep it, finds the running back. Looks like he's wide open, but gonna go ahead and get in there.
Oh, look at that.
That's a big boy move right there by number 5, and that's gonna be a touchdown and take the lead. They get the extra point. It'll be 21-14.
Man, what a game there. D-ville, as they say in South Dallas.
Hey, when y'all gonna talk to Coach Davis about getting y'all some Jordan jerseys?
Those are sick,
Yeah,
man.
I
Those are
like those.
sick. Jordan gloves. that'd
Now
be dope.
the Duncanville head coach, man, he is all about that. And I remember seeing him on the few games that we covered Duncanville last year. Man, pregame to actual game, everything decked out in Jordan gear. It was pretty
I
sweet
think
looking.
that's sick, man.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that would be pretty
You know how you get that?
how's that, Trammell?
Winning state championship. As my high school coach, Coach Sanderson, would say, we'll get rid of this Russell when y'all win the state championship. So, needless to say, Loveland, they're still rocking the Russell.
Well, it's maybe one day they'll upgrade to the Adidas. How about that? We'll take baby
We'll
steps. All right, Trammell from Joe's, courtesy of Joe's Ice House and Eggemeyer's General Store. Well, it's we're in hour 2 of we have one more hour to go here on the show. Malachi, I know you're this. I imagine you have to get up. You have to get to bed early on days. So what's usual bedtime for you?
Like 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. And what time do you
So I try to go to sleep.
Try to go to sleep. Okay. What's so you guys talk about having practices at 6:30 and 7. So what time are you up in the morning?
Usually like hour before, but 6:30. Try to wake up like at 5:30.
Man.
You gotta be dressed and ready there, and I have to go pick up a couple of teammates.
Oh.
Drive the squad.
Yeah. So have you ever had, or have they ever been like, where you have to wake them up at some point, or are they usually up whenever you go pick them up?
They're pretty good about it. I haven't had to wake them up at all.
Okay.
Knock on your nuts. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can't imagine what that would be like. Having to wake a guy up, and you're just waiting out in the car for him.
Hey,
It's
QB
their
pulls
fault.
up, better be ready.
I know.
Man.
Yeah.
I just decided to just say the hell with it. I'll score myself. I'll pull off.
Yeah, when QB1 pulls up, there's a little respect there you got to show, certainly. Let's see. All right, Trammell. Hey, how about I look at the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard? We have anything? It's maybe an update from our
Yeah,
friends
we got
there?
a lot of finals going. Definitely. a lot of games rounding out for the night. So, like I said, we can go check them out. SanAngeloLive.com/scores. Brought to you by Deersky & Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. This is the Joe's Ice House live desk. Right now, this hour is brought to you by Eggmeyer's General Store. Sorry, the ad time is over. Let's go ahead and get it rocking. San Angelo Live, best place to find all the sports stuff you need. First, let's go Petrolia, Cross Plains. That was a battle right there. 1-point ball game.
Man.
That's right, Cross Plains loses in playoffs by 1 point. Petrolia 28, Cross Plains 27. Smyre 40, Seagraves 21. That West Texas battle didn't really take much for Smyre, so they went ahead and walked away with that one. Bovina Plains, Bovina 19, Plains 7. That one's final. Vega Shamrock, Vega 54, Shamrock 22. Kennedale Brownwood. Kennedale's beating up on Brownwood right now. It's 30-7 in the fourth quarter, so we'll see how that one ends up. Archer City 67, Lockney 20. That one's final. Bruni and Runge, Bruni 34, 19 Runge. That one's final.
Now, the winner of that, so what's interesting about that is Cristobal, your boy's hometown over here, will get Bruni in the next round.
So, by-district champions, the Cristobal Cougars.
Yeah.
District champions.
Yeah, they were supposed to play last night, but due to COVID from the other guys, it was a forfeit from the other guys, so Cristobal advances to the year round. I think Cristobal likely came away with that. You know, as proud as you guys are of Central and what the Angry Orange does on Friday, that's the equivalent.
So how
to
confident
me.
are you in that match?
You know, I think they got a chance to not only run past a team like this, but run all the way to the fifth round.
Where are these teams at? Near San Antonio? Or?
Well, so I believe it's Runge. They're kind of like, this is like between Laredo and San Antonio. This is like, so they're going to get some windshield time next few rounds. But yeah, even Dave Campbell's Texas football is calling for Cristobal to make it all the way to at least the fifth round to win the region, where they would come up against the Mart Panthers, the defending state champs, who are just out of this world good. I think even, now nothing against the Bobcats, but I think, man, the athletes that they have on that team, I imagine they could probably go toe-to-toe with a few of you guys. They have some guys that catch the play on Saturdays and years to come. So, yeah, so the Cougars, they will now face Bruni on next week in the area round of the playoffs. Trammell, keep us going. Sorry to derail you.
Hey, no, you're good. We like it. We're talking about some real good stuff. So we'll see what Cristobal will do next week. We got a good one right here. The next one on the board, Jim Ned was down 10-0, and guess what? Fourth quarter, Jim Ned 21, Paradise 10.
Man.
What a comeback. Fourth quarter, they're still going, but it looks like they're going to seal it up. Granger 42, Rock Springs 26. That one's final. Duncanville, Cedar Hill, we're watching this one. We saw Duncanville go up on this one. So this is 21-14 in the third quarter. Hearst LD Bell 16, North Crowley 7. That one's a good one in the 6As. That's in the fourth quarter. Pampa lost big night against Decatur. It's the fourth quarter right now, but it's 42-28, so we're going to go ahead and say that one's just about done. Lakey, they won, it's halftime, 35-22 against Lametta. Canyon Randall 28, Abilene Wiley 14. That one's final, so it looks like Abilene Wiley wasn't able to hold on to that one. Garden City, Fort Davis, Garden City 50, Fort Davis 20. So look at those West Texas boys keep making noise in the six-man game. O'Donnell, Knox City 70, O'Donnell 40. That one's in the fourth. Allen Dittengeyer, that one's final 56-38. Dehanis Cowboys, Louis, the Cowboys 28. Louis 14, that was in the third quarter. Am I saying that right? Is that Louis?
Dehanis and Louise.
All right.
There we are.
That must be over there by the French Quarter. All right. Wichita Falls Rider 49. The Plainview Bulldogs didn't even get on the board. 49-0. That was the fourth quarter. For San Saba, this is the third quarter. We actually have an update from this one. San Saba is actually at 24-17. That's in the third quarter. Lake Worth Dumas 37. Lake Worth 27. That was in the fourth. Odessa Permian 42. Midland 14. That one's final. McCamey against Rose. McCamey 60. Rose 14. That was in the fourth. Amarillo Paldura against Lubbock High. Paldura 27. Lubbock High 13. Sweetwater, dang, they beat up on my boys tonight. Levelland Lobos, they lost. They made the playoffs because four-man district. But we're not going to talk about that. 63-24.
Kids from the land.
That one's just about final. Overtime in Big Spring. That's right, Big Spring against El Paso Riverside. That one's 20s. Overtime. As soon as it's over, we're going to get y'all update on that one. Falls City 56, LaPryor 8. Falls City, they got that one. Erie County, May 46.
Oh,
Erie
man.
County, nothing. That's the end of the first season for Erie County. But hey, as a first year in the 6 man, you can't be too disappointed on that one. Winters and Anson, the Blizzards, they suffered a loss tonight, 45-7. Yorktown, Charlotte, Yorktown 49, Charlotte 15. Blanket, Richland Springs. Richland Springs is up 26 points, 56-30. That was in the fourth quarter. Idalou beat up on Freona at 62-28. That one's still going in the fourth. Dalhart 37, Lamesa 14. That one's in the fourth. Westbrook, they 45 Ira tonight, 45-0. Oh, the Lakeview Chiefs, 14 points, but the Clint Lions scored 30, so that's the end of the mullet magic for the Chiefs and Albert Rodriguez. That one's final 30-14. The Clint Lions took it. Water Valley 56, Baird 8. That one was 45 in about the third quarter. Windthrows, Windthrows 56, Heiko 14. Munster, Santo, Munster 32, Santo 6. That one's final. Happy beat Petersburg 71-22. Abilene beat Friendship 42-7. Abilene Cooper beat Saginaw 48-13. Midland Lee beat Odessa 46. I think we actually did we see an Odessa score? Maybe. That one's maybe. Panhandle 55, Hell Center 7. Pilot Point 56, Clyde 8. Denver City 34, Littlefield 22. Lubbock Roosevelt 34, Spearman 43. Childress 28, Abernathy 21.
Say it.
All right, here it is.
No. Say it.
Benbrook, Stephenville 56, Benbrook 14, and here it is, the
Say
final. Nevada Community actually came back and beat Glen Rose tonight. So this one's for Joe Hyde, and that's the end of the scores for now. This has been Angelo Live.
So is Nevada Community playing next week?
Nevada Community saves their life and survives.
So Nevada Community stays in the playoffs, but Lakeview doesn't?
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Whoa! Joe Hyde!
That's cold.
I think we need to move Nevada Community to San Angelo.
So you're saying the Braves are better than the Chiefs, Joe?
Well, the Texans are.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Joe Hyde, he is a big supporter.
Community!
My goodness, Nevada Community. Yeah, that's a long story. I'm not sure if we have any more time. We have the adequate amount of time to describe how Nevada Community has been part of our show. That's probably not for another hour there, Malachi Brown.
Hour? You're going to need more than that.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot more than that. Trammell, are you seeing anything of develop from Duncanville and Cedar Hill here?
Oh, if we can check this out. Oh, my goodness. So Duncanville's up 21-14, and we got some commotion going on right here, but it looks like Cedar Hill has the ball and they're on their own 4-yard line. Jeez, talking about
What was
a
he
bad
doing?
place to fumble. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one.
Horrible.
What was he doing?
Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what they're saying. Looks like the refs are going to talk about it. They say it's an incomplete pass. It's going to be second down.
Oh,
Looks like
man.
he's going to line it back up. Can we get a replay on this?
Saved by the ref?
Come on, CW33. Here it is. So it was just a run, and what?
If anything,
No way.
What?
That's a fumble.
if anything, give him the
He
safety
threw it
at least.
underhanded right here, and they're saying this was a pass.
What?
Oh,
Was he even
come
intended for-
on.
That looks like to me that's going to be Cedar Hill's ball, but that's not what it looks like to the refs are going to say.
Man.
So, I mean, if I'm Cedar Hill right now, there's going to be some yellow flags that's on the ground. I'll tell you that if I'm the coach. So either way, they got the stop right there. It's going to bring up 3rd and long on about the 5-6 yard line for Cedar Hill. So either way, it's not look like that's going to matter much.
Man, what a sequence of plays there.
Showing it again, so he escapes and then just. It seemed like to me he just didn't want the safety.
Yeah, which I think you should give Cedar Hill the safety. I don't think it's legal, but
Yeah, I don't think
If anything-
if you roll it bowling style, that doesn't seem like a pass to me. It's like a pitch. But either way, let's go ahead and get back on it. So we got 2 receivers on both sides. We got a running back to the left. Quarterback's making moves over there at the line of scrimmage. Go ahead and takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and is looking. Looks right, looks left. Shakes the blitzer, and he finds a man down the field, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah.
The coaches over there for Cedar Hill are on fire.
I can't blame him.
So now we got a flag on the field. Remember, there's only 4 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's really tight, so every possession is starting to count down here. Let's see what the Whites are having to say. Oh, I'm going to talk about it again. We want to make sure we get this right. I can hear him saying it now.
Yeah, so that guy, Roderick Daniels, who made that reception there, he is regarded to be probably one of the best prospects in Texas. He's headed off to Baylor. He's committed to Baylor. He has played a very, very big role for the Duncanville Panthers in the last 2 seasons. Oh, and that is...
Looks like it's going to call offensive passing interference against Duncanville here. So it's going to be third in a long ways here. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. So probably going to be about, third and about 15?
Something like that.
On their 1?
2-yard line.
The 2?
A little late substitution here for the offense. Say they already broke the huddle. So we got 2 receivers on each side. We got a running back to the left. He's going to have to take the snap. And just going to take a shot, basically the same play, and not going to get a thing, overthrew him, pretty much threw it out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th and 12. Looks like they're going to be punting from their own end zone in this one.
Yep.
So Cedar Hill caught a break on that flag.
Yeah, huge break on that because, that should have been a safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's that last touchdown by Duncanville right there that we saw earlier.
All right, so we'll kind of check back in with that one there. Matt Trammell filling us in there at the Joe's Ice House Cover 1 live desk. Live stream also presented by Eggemeyer's General Store. All right, Malachi, man, we've had some fun with you, chatting with you about San Angelo Central football. Of course, we'll see you next week against Odessa Permian. It's fun to say that because we've seen the last few seasons having to go against these Dallas-Fort Worth schools, and Euless Trinity was what it was. I thought you guys should have beat the Richland team last year. That was in y'all's hands to win that one. But man, that's the last few seasons have been fun to watch you, and I'm certainly watch both of you guys play together. So does it feel surreal, knowing that this is coming to an end now for you as the last few months of your season, your high school career?
Yes, I guess so. We started kind of late, so it kind of lasted a little longer than I expected.
Yeah. I'm
glad that happened. And we still got 3 weeks at the least to go.
Yeah. You got several. You got till January.
At the least, I said.
Now, I see on social media, whether it be Facebook or the Gram, that, man, you have a crazy following. Your family just loves to cheer you on, man. How fun is it to be able to have all those folks there?
It's really fun. I got a very supportive family and friends, mom's friends. They all go to my games.
Yeah.
And my friends' parents too. They all love me too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I see it's every time on a Friday night, and because I'm friends with a number of your family and friends, it's like, oh man, I gotta get a picture with Mal there, and it's like the flood of photos with Malachi.
Yeah, it's like a photo shoot after the game.
Yeah, I bet. All right, so let's take a peek into Colleen. Let's go to Colleen Trammell.
So we just saw a touchdown. Let's hope we can get a replay, but we've been getting them all night from them, so we're probably going to. It was Shoemaker's ball right here. Here it is right here. So quarterback, he goes to the right, and he finds a cross route right there, right in the back of the end zone. Oh, but he drops it. Oh, I thought that was a touchdown.
It looked like it.
Man, so actually, no, it wasn't a touchdown, so it's still 29s. 8 minutes left in the ball game, so it's anyone's ball game. This is just a good one out here in Killeen.
You said it's 29 all?
Yeah, 29 all. We got trips to the right, running back to the left. He fakes it and just hits a single receiver and a little bit overthrown, but thrown into double coverage either way. So that's going to bring up third down here. Yeah, third down. 3rd and 10.
All right, Mal, I'll ask you this. What do you like? Do you like, maybe attacking the middle of the field, or maybe, a fade, a drag route? What do you like? What would you, I'll let you play armchair quarterback here.
Middle of the field, I guess. So it's more easy right in front of me.
Needs to see that defense too.
Yeah, certainly.
But I guess it's the opposite for the receivers though.
Middle looks open.
Yeah, but you can get rocked in the middle.
So looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Definitely a big possession. These teams have been neck and neck all night long. So really, if you get a touchdown here, it's going to increase your chances of winning. So they're going to want to make sure to take out all the stops, make sure they get a look at everything, and kind of get a game plan here. We know this Shoemaker team. You guys know, at least for sure, on the at the desk. This Shoemaker offense, they definitely can move fast and they can definitely sling that thing. So y'all think we're going to see a short pass? Y'all think we're going to see some long, or you think they're going to keep it on the ground?
Well, what did you say? It was what, third and 7?
10.
Third and 10? Yeah, I think.
I mean, just maybe
You got to go for the first down at least.
But
Make
you
sure
have the
that.
athletes to get the yak for you. So maybe a drag route. I don't know. Mal knows more.
Yeah. I think they'll do a little short, shallow route.
A little short, shallow, get some out of it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a little weird backfield here, a lot of flex positions, but one receiver up top. He's going to roll out right. He's just going to keep it here, get about 3 or 4, going to get to about the 10-yard line, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. I mean, I don't know if this team has any kickers or anything, but it's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty late. So we're going to see what they do. Looks like some people are coming in, but it looks like the offense is going to stay out there. So be looking for probably something in the end zone. Just once again, we can see it right here. He had a hole, but just couldn't fill it fast enough and was met by a red sea there.
So no field goal.
Yep, so no field goal. Got a flex position in there. We got 2 receivers up top. Running back to the right. Quarterback takes a snap. A lot of pressure there, but finds the back shoulder, and it was a little short, but we got a flag there, and looks like it might be first down for Shoemaker on this one.
Wow.
So we'll see what he says, getting some information right now.
Trammell, we are seeing some developing action, from South Dallas.
Fumble on the 1-yard line.
All right, so as Trammell kind of cues that up,
Cedar Hill?
we did see a comment here that came across the stream from a guy that Mal may know, Mr. Mike Brown, Mal's dad. There, he said Mal's dad wakes up at 1 a.m. 3 times a week. So is that true, Malachi?
He's an old man. He sleeps during the day. Their house is pitch dark.
Taking some shots at the old man there. So yeah, thank you, Mike Brown. Appreciate you watching, tuning in with us, watching your baby boy here, reminiscing of the old Little Southwest Conference. Heck, I mean, feels like, I mean, your brother Mike Brown Jr. he's not too much. Well, he's what, early 20s or so?
22.
22. Gosh, man. It makes me feel old because I wasn't that old. That wasn't that long ago whenever I was watching him play football. So, all right. So we do have a development from Colleen. Looks like the Wolves, the Gray Wolves.
Went for it. It was first down. Looks like they just ran it right up the gut. Didn't really get a yard there, but got another flag. That's 3 plays in a row with a flag, Manny. Can we get these refs a break?
Oh my gosh.
Who's paying these guys? So the last one was a pass interference on the defense. So let's see what it is. Maybe a hold. It looked like it was in the backfield. So we'll see what it looks like. White Hat's getting out there, and looks like it's going to be personal foul on the defense.
Another one.
Personal foul on the offense as well, so those are going to offset, and we'll try again. Second down. So second down and 3 balls on the 3-yard line. We saw them try to pound it in right there, and they couldn't get anything at all. Look at 66 right there. That is a massive human being right there. That jersey is an extra large and looks like an extra small. So it might be hard to get that thing ran right there with that run jammer right there. Number 66.
It's a brick wall.
Looks like they're going to take a timeout, so maybe we can go back to you guys at the desk.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt Trammell. Appreciate there, courtesy of Joe's Ice House there. Here with Malachi Brown, the QB1 of the San Angelo Central Bobcats. Malachi, any special plans for this week as you kind of relish the bye week?
Not anything special. Just resting, eating,
Yeah.
sleeping.
The Dallas Cowboys, they have this week off, don't they?
They
Isn't it?
do.
Okay, so there's no, we can't ask you about what a potential point spread might be with them, but
We'll talk about it.
you still a Cowboys fan here, Mal?
Oh yeah. DC 4 out.
Yeah, it's tough being a Cowboys fan
It
these
is
days. Certainly the last few seasons, just because, man, just when you think they have something going for them, the rug gets
Dak
pulled
was
from.
rolling.
I know Dak was rolling. Yeah. All right. So we'll go back to Trammell at the Trammell live desk. What do you got?
We're here at the live desk, Joe's Ice House. I got some nice snacks and drinks from Joe's right here, but we're packing it right here. What are they going to do? A little handoff to the left, and that's going to be a touchdown for Shoemaker. They're going to take the lead right here. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and that's going to make it 36-29. 35,
Ensuing.
assuming the extra point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, all right. Big game there out there as the Grey Wolves, they look to kind of keep that district championship alive going there. Oh, the extra point was blocked. The attempt was blocked.
So it was blocked. There it was, 44. He ended up grabbing on top of it. So it's going to stay at 35-29. Guys, that could be huge.
Yeah.
That makes it just a one-touchdown ball game. But, of course, we got some laundry on the field. We got some flags.
Oh,
Let's see what
gosh.
he says. What the White Hats say. That's a false start, so it's okay. Looks like it's going to stay at 35-29. Get back to y'all if we get anything else going.
All right. Thank you, Matt Trammell, there, courtesy of Joe's Ice House. Our last hour is presented by W&W AFCO Steel. Pretty much just building America. Yeah. All right. Mal, let's see. We'll get to your final thoughts before we let you go for the evening. I know you probably, you're a teenager. You've probably got more things on the old schedule than I do, or Christian's not much older than you. So it's like you guys probably got more to do than I will ever have in the next few years. So how much we asked you about, just playing Permian next week, just to be able to play one last time at San Angelo Stadium, because you've only had, this would be only 3 games that y'all have this entire season there, but the last time to lace it up, to walk onto that field there at the historic San Angelo Stadium.
It's going to be special. Playing there for 3 years now. It's always great to be on that field. The atmosphere, we always do pretty good there. And definitely this season we done good there, so it ended on a good note.
Did it fly by for you think?
Not too much. Just the 3 games, that's tough, so I guess we're going to have to get back there during the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right, because if y'all would win the district here, you'd get
first
it.
game.
Yeah. Hopefully that does happen with an El Paso school. I mean, they're kind of in their own struggles out there with COVID. But that would be clutch to have that 4th home game there at San Angelo Stadium. So, so we talked about that. The ability to have it now to be an opportunity. The last few seasons, the district championship is kind of been on the ropes. This year you got that is in sight and it's right in front of you. To have the opportunity to win a little Southwest Conference title, what does that mean for it to be in your hands, so to speak?
Just keep the tradition going in this conference. 5 years in a row in this conference. Mm-hmm. So just to keep it going, and hopefully it'll carry on after me too.
Yeah. Well, there's a strong possibility that it will after you. And you guys got a really good possibility of keeping that going this season. So. Trammell, do we have any scores before we or any updates on scores before we say goodbye to Mal?
Yeah, I got a question though.
What you got?
What's up?
All right. So we've talked about Malachi. We've talked about your Central. We're talking about your football career is ending. But my question is, Malachi, is your football career ending?
Ooh.
Have you had any interest? I know you haven't maybe signed anywhere or had a letter of anywhere, but can you enlighten us? Do you have any plans for the future after the Bobcats?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Hopefully play football, but I'm just getting my test scores in right now and see where that goes, getting film together and everything. So not sure yet, but hopefully. Okay.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, man. Texas Tech is having some troubles over there at quarterback. I mean, I pretty much would jump in, but they haven't called me yet. So Hey, keep throwing them touchdowns, bro. You never know.
I texted Matt last week after we broke the record. So
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Maverick McIver. Yeah, they need to give that guy a chance at doing something there in Lubbock. Yeah. Well, that would be amazing to see a guy like you, whether you play quarterback or because you started off with the Bobcats as a slot guy. So, I mean, your athleticism certainly speaks to playing anywhere on the field. I'm assuming you probably would favor playing offense more than defense.
Yes, sir. I'll go anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. So, for the recruiters out there, if you're watching, you want to look at this guy, Malachi Brown.
Baller.
The baller and the leader in passing touchdowns in a single game for the Central Bobcats. Malachi, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure watching you grow in the last few seasons. So imagine. I think whenever your last game, whenever that may be. Hopefully, it's not anytime soon.
Yes, sir.
I know. I feel like I'm going to have a moment with everyone, with you, certainly your family, because it's been fun to watch. So. We'll let Trammell take us away with some scores as we bid farewell to Malachi Brown, and we wish him nothing but the best of luck against Mojo as Permian comes to town. Malachi, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we're back. Scores, live desk. Joe's Ice House, Egmar's. I can keep going all day long. Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. They're bringing you all the scores. They're bringing you all the write-ups. They're bringing you all this great video content. Also got to shout out Egmar's General Store. Also got to shout out Joe's Ice House. I mean, what better place if you're hungry or thirsty than go get a snack at Egmar's General Store or Joe's Ice House? I'm telling you, go check it out. So let's get rolling on some scores. Petrolia Cross Plains with us early with us, 28-27 final. Seagrave, Smyre 40-21. Smyre took that one. That one's final. Bovina Plains 19-7. That one's final. Bovina took it. Shamrock, they lost to Vega tonight, 54-22. That one's final. Kennedale Brownwood. Kennedale took that one 30-7. That one's final. Lockney Archer City 67-20. Archer City took that one. Bruni Runge. Bruni's going to go on and take Cristobal next week. That one's final at 34-19. Jim Ned, they won 21-10 tonight. Rock Springs Granger 42. Rock Springs 26. That one's final. Duncanville Cedar Hill, we going to go look at that one again in a second, but last time we checked it was 21-14. We're late in the fourth quarter in that one. Hurst LD Bell, North Crowley. LD Bell 16, North Crowley 7. Pampa Decatur, Decatur 42, Pampa 28. Lomeda Lakey, this one was at halftime. We'll hopefully get you an update soon. Lakey 35, Lomeda 22. Canyon Randall, Abilene Wiley, Randall 28, Wiley 14. That one's final. Garden City, Fort Davis. Garden City 50, Fort Davis 20. That one's in the third quarter. Excuse me. Knox City 70, O'Donnell 40. That one's in the fourth quarter. Knoxville took that one. Looks like they're going to take that one. Denton Geyer lost tonight against Allen 56-38. Dehanis Cowboys, they beat Louise tonight 28-14. Wichita Falls Rider 49, Plainview 0. For San Saba, last time we took a look at that one, San Saba was up 24-17. Lake Worth versus Dumas, that was in the fourth quarter, 37-27. Odessa Permian won tonight 42-14. McCamey beat Ropes tonight 60-14. Paladura beat Lubbock 27-13. Sweetwater beat Levelland 63-24. Paso Riverside Big Springs, we're still waiting on an update from that one. That one was in overtime, 20s all. Fall City 56, LaPryor 8, that one's final. May 46, Erie County 0, that one's final. Anson 45, Winter 7, that one's final. Yorktown beat Charlotte tonight 49-15. Richland Springs beat Blanket 56-30. Idalou beat Friona 62-28. Dalhart against Lamesa. Dalhart won 37-14. Westbrook 45 to Ira, 45-0. Clint beat Lakeview tonight 30-14. No more Mullet Magic. 56-8. That was the score of the Water Valley Bear game. Water Valley ended up 45 in them in the third quarter. Winthrop Hyco, Winthrop 56, Hyco 14. Munster Santo 32-6. That one's final. Happy Petersburg 71-22. Abilene Friendship 42-7. Abilene won that one. Abilene Cooper beat Saginaw 48-13. Midland Lee beat Odessa 46-0. Panhandle beat Hale Center 55-7. Pilot Point beat Clyde 56-8. Denver City beat Littlefield 34-22. Lubbock Roosevelt lost to Spearman 43-34. Childress beat Abernathy 28-21. Stephenville beat Benbrook 56-14. Glen Rose, this is not the correct score, but actually Glen Rose lost this game to Nevada Community. I think the final score of that one ended up being 28-25, and that's the fourth quarter. If you want to check out all these, you can see these plus a whole lot more, plus write-ups for the games, plus this great video, plus a million other great videos. I mean, endless content. San Angelo Live/scores, brought to you by Deersky & Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. This is the Joe's Ice House live table, brought to you by Joe's Ice House. And this hour is brought to you by Eggemeyer's General Store. Do we have any more sponsors, man? Because we can keep going all day. Anybody else want to sponsor us, bring it on. And back to you guys.
Matt Trammell. Yeah, we need, basically, we need to put a sponsor on your chest. If we can put a sponsor maybe somewhere behind you, Trammell.
Yep.
We'll have a
poster.
mug.
Yeah. I mean, I like hats. I like
hat?
shirts.
Yeah, I was gonna say a hat.
I like posters, stickers, whatever you got. Most thing I like.
What you like?
Football.
A little Johnny Manziel action there.
Johnny Manziel.
That's what I'm talking about. I like football.
Yeah, we'll stick with that one there. All right, so man, unfortunate for the Lakeview Chiefs tonight. Man, they fell in a very tough game. Trammell has an update for us. Trammell, what you got?
I think Shoemaker just won this football game. There's 4:51 left. They took the lead just prior to this. They ended up getting the ball back somehow, and then just a massive drop off right here. Ooh, a little love with the coach. I like to see that.
Man.
Get up.
Hey, you gotta love it.
Get up.
Let's see right here. So from the 45-yard line, the opposite 45-yard line, and then just if these guys get any open space, it's
That dude is gone.
later.
Look how fast he is.
Yeah, so it looks like Shoemaker's going to end up taking this one against who's that? Parker Heights.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'm just taken back about how they're going to show the replay. Look how fast this young man
His
is.
feet are his legs are blurry. It's
Yeah,
so
how you
fast.
know how your speed is you got to look how many steps he's taking in between those 5-yard lines, and it was like one per 5-yard line.
Yeah, usually, if you're a two-stepper between the fives, you probably have some good 4.5 speed.
Yeah.
My goodness, he was.
These guys, man.
G to the O-N-E.
Yeah,
gone.
as our good friend Joe Hyde would say, G to the O-N-E gone, courtesy of Flo Rida. You ask Joe Hyde who Flo Rida is, and he might tell you something else, but nonetheless.
Shawty got low.
Yeah, Shawty got low. All right, let's see. Trammell, we seeing any updates from South Dallas with Duncanville and Cedar Hill?
They're still balling. I mean, with these two, it's always a highlight waiting to happen. Right now, Duncanville is actually driving the ball. Looks like they, I don't know if it's 2nd and 2, that on their 45-yard line. So we'll see if they can make some plays right here. Doubles on both sides, running back to the left. He hands it off to the running back, but nowhere to go. He kind of trips himself up back there trying to dance around and find a hole, but nowhere to go. It's going to end up being 3rd and probably 3 now because there was absolutely no movement on that front line. And now we got a Cedar Hill player down, helmet removed. That one maybe a little gruesome, so we'll go back to you guys.
Wow, that's to say the least. Hopefully that young man is all right as that game progresses. With that one there, hey, we still have one more highlight to show you from last night. It is Crane and Brady.
Your boy.
Yeah, that one was brought to us by Mr. Matt Trammell himself.
I was not at the live desk last night.
Yeah.
I was at San Angelo Stadium.
Trammell was most definitely at San Angelo Stadium working really hard. He was actually shooting the game there for us.
Is that a turnover belt they got?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's that belt right there actually has the emblem of Crane. Like it's a custom made real leather. I mean, they don't mess
all
around
out
over
over
there.
there.
All right, so we will get to that. We're going to show you what these
is.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're showing some WWE love tonight with yours truly, the Austin 316 Stone Cold Steve Austin T. Hey, why not with the WWE Championship belt? Crane rocking only one loss this season. Brady looking for an upset. Well, here, early goings, Crane up 7-6 on the move. How about this play in the end zone? Jump ball, Parker Leonard coming down with it. Oski. Later, under 4 to go in the first half, the Golden Cranes return the favor. Rizzo to Donnie Bishop, courtesy of the slant route. Cranes go for 2 to take the 14-7 lead. Brady with the rock, trying to cut into that Crane lead, but Hayden Burnett likely singing that George Strait tune. I'd like to have that one back. Donnie Bishop there for the pick. Donnie picks, perhaps. Ensuing Crane possession. Luke Rizzo to Dominique Mireles.
The big boy.
There it is. Nice pitch and catch. But the Yellows on the field called it back due to holding. Very next play, as Trammell described, the Biggins. How about some screen action? Look at number 70. My goodness. Crane goes on to win this one 49-15. They'll get the winner of Abernathy and Childress in the next round. Wow. 70. Look at that. What a kid.
I appreciate what they do, man.
Manny, one of those highlights in there. Boy, there was a big boy running, man. One of those, this linebacker last night, Brady was on the about 10-yard line, and the Brady quarterback throws the ball, just a basic out route, except for a probably 265-pound linebacker decides to jump on top of it, take off running, dang near take it all the way down the field. The guy on top of San Angelo Stadium was yelling, go, almost a pick six. Everyone was happy. Next play, they ended up scoring, but man, that kid was huffing and puffing. They had to bring the oxygen tank out, but that's what we love to see here, and that's what San Angelo Stadium will give you, and that's what a Matt Trammell highlight tape will give you.
Heck yeah. All right. Hey, we did see an update from South Dallas with Duncanville and Cedar Hill. Looks like Duncanville just hit the scoreboard, and that score is now 28-14 as we speak. Battle of South Dallas. So there's about 3:20 left to go in this ball game between these two powerhouse programs in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There was 3 plays, 66 yards, about $118 on that scoring drive. Man, Duncanville, Malachi Medlock. Yeah, that kid, the stat sheet tonight, stat line, 21 rushes, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Just a beast.
My
Goodness
gosh.
gracious.
Yeah, looks like Duncanville is going to go on to win this one here tonight. So,
I got an update for a final score.
What you got?
For all you folks that weren't out in Wall tonight, the San Saba went ahead and took on Forsan, and they ended up winning that game.
Nice.
31-17.
Hey,
Love
okay.
to see
Hey,
it.
I think we do have an update from that game, Trammell. Some updated video. If we want to share that with the folks there, we'll come back here to the Cover One live desk.
Can you forward that to me?
Yep.
All right. So, are we at the Joe's Ice House desk?
We are back here at the Cover One live desk. That is being forwarded to you now, Trammell. All right. So we saw Malachi Brown here on the program tonight on the broadcast, and I tell you, it's great to have him because the guy. What I appreciate about Malachi, and I know you can probably say the same, is so humble.
Yeah,
the guy
absolutely.
is just filled with humility.
Absolutely.
And it's good to see young guys like that. And you were a guy like that when you laced them up, Christian, and it was always fun to talk to you. Certainly whenever I'd run into you in Dabbert after the games.
Oh yeah, those were fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see him so humble and so just well spoken, good kid. Because a lot of kids in his position could be bragging and boasting all the time. But
Yeah.
he does great at what he does.
Most definitely.
On and off the field. So.
Most
How many
definitely.
people who would throw 16 touchdowns in 3 weeks and not come in here and say, guys, let me tell you, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Come in with the
He's
crowd.
in here, he is like, I know what I'm talking about, but hey, y'all go ahead and y'all do y'all's
He
thing.
could have came in with the crown on his head or
Yeah.
something.
I know,
He would have been
yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So, Trammell, do you have the shot sheet on this, or you want me to take a crack at this one?
You want to
here?
go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. 1 second. We'll pull this up here. Trammell, you do have a.
Yeah, I can prep them a little bit. We got Forsan versus San Saba. Last time we checked, it was a tie ball game. Last video highlight we got was a ball game. So we're ready, Manny, to take it.
All right, let's check it out.
Let's do
Presented
it.
by Eggemeyer's General Store. Here we have San Saba, Yarborough, running with a purpose, as James Bellini would say. 21 yards score. touchdown.
What a
San
circle
Saba.
button.
That would make it 17-10 Armadillos. But here come the Buffs for San. Cervantes,
snack.
70-yard touchdown. Kick is good, and that would tie it up at 17. But here come the Dillas. Mejia, he's going to
What a
haul
bomb.
this thing in there.
right back at him.
70-yard reception, my goodness. San Saba would go for an onside kick and recover it. Watch
What
this.
was that?
Look at
What
this.
a-
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
We can run that back.
Yes,
Lord have
please
mercy.
do.
Have you ever seen an onside kick go this high?
That was insane.
That was awesome.
Man.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that. But they ended up, San Saba ended up winning the game.
Yeah, what a finish there.
31-17.
What a kick, man. Skill
So-
that takes.
Yeah.
Place it perfectly.
Yeah,
and-
seriously, everyone in the NFL has been doing those watermelon kicks all
Yeah.
year. They need to take a lesson from this kid.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Looks like San Saba, they are now headed off to the next round. Man, that's a great football game there, as we saw with a lot of those highlights back and forth. You know, it's we don't get a chance to see a lot of that certainly in the opening rounds, just because it pits the number 4 team versus a number 1 team.
A
Or
lot of blowouts.
you know, it's probably some of the better games we would see, maybe a 2 and a 3 matchup, and
Yeah.
that was what we saw there with San Saba and Forsan, 2 versus 3. So, but yeah, a lot of our area teams are going to be moving on. It's the season of smiles and cries, you know. So, we'll see the Wall, of course, the kids from Wall America that are going to be taking on the Bushland
Moving
Falcons.
on by a thread.
Yeah.
They're moving on regardless.
Yeah. In fact, we'll probably show that one last highlight of that here coming up after here in just a bit. But so hey, Trammell, how about we take a look at since a lot of our lines are done for tonight. How about we revisit?
We've officially in the next 13 seconds we will have the final game from the live desk. The live desk will be closed down in about 13 seconds.
Which game are you waiting on?
The Duncanville game, Cedar Hill, it's a ball game that's completely out of the water, but it's only 13-6. There's 5 seconds left now, so basically the live desk is done. There's going to be no more feeds, so that sucks. We got plenty of scores, and we got plenty to talk about. So let's go ahead and get working with these lines. So first one, Friendship versus Abilene. We had Abilene winning by 4, and the over-under was at 61. Christian, did you pick the under or over?
You had that
Christian picked the under in that one. What did you say the final score or the total points in that was, Trammell?
It was at 61.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to go look at the San Angelo Live score page. That's a sanangelolive.com/scores. And we're going to find out that the final score was 42-7, which is
Under.
49 total points. So the under.
the under hit.
So yeah. So Christian
Nice,
is your
nice.
winner on that. So
we got
Christian.
Christian. He's got 1 point right there.
Let's go.
Got 1 point.
So
Turn me up,
Christian
turn
gets
me up.
1. All right. So Midland High versus Odessa Permian. You said the over under was. You said it at 66.
I set the over under at 66. I had Odessa Permian winning by 13. They did win by 13, and I'm not even going to tell you what you had because it doesn't really matter. The actual score of the game was 66. So the books win, and your boy wins, and y'all are losers. No, not really, but that means we may have a tie.
Wow.
So Christian's got 1 on Manny. The book has 1. So the next game we got was Midland Lee versus Odessa. We had Midland Lee. We had them up by winning that one 10.5.
Uh-huh.
So it was going to hopefully be a little
Over under at
interesting.
48.5.
At 48.5. Man, it was a close one over there. Final score 46-0 is what San Angelo Live scorebook says.
Man.
Christian, what'd you have?
What did I have?
Christian took the over in that game.
So we got a tie ball game here. We got the Little Southwest Conference is done, and we have ties here. So the next one on the list here, we have the Lakeview Chiefs versus the Clint Lions. A lot of people thought this is it. Lakeview's going to be able to take home a gold ball. But were they right? Final score in this one, we'll tell you first. We had Lakeview winning by 3.5. Over under at 54. Final score of this one, 30-14. That would be
44.
Man, and I took the points, Trammell. I wanted the points. I took the points at -3.5. So obviously
Christian,
I lost.
What did Christian have?
Christian took the under in that one.
And the under did hit. So looks like Christian's got that 1 point lead on you, man.
Look at that.
We got 2 more here.
So
in these
it's coming
books.
down to the last 2.
All right, here we go.
San
Saba, Forsan. We just went over this. The final score to this one.
Last look at the actual scores desk for our scores of the night. And then we'll kind of run past of what some of the best things that we saw in week 12, which I tell you, probably I think the game of the week was hands down, and I think you would probably say just because of the finish, would have to be Wall v. Boyd on Thursday night. And with all the injuries that Wall has sustained throughout the course of this, leading up to the stretch, how we've arrived to this point, I think they played it fairly well. But I do think they're gonna need to eat their Wheaties.
Yeah, man. Kudos to them for facing adversity and getting the W however they could. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Those kids did not stop one single bit last night. So kudos to Houston guy. Congratulations to them. Next week they will get Bushland. That's the day, or I guess the location is still yet to be determined. But anywho, before we kind of show you some of the highlights of the night, let's go back to Trammell at the scoreboard desk.
Yep, the live desk is off, so now we're just strictly the scoreboard desk. Oh, the end of the night. Joe's Ice House, thank you so much for sponsoring us tonight. We hope to keep it going. Eggemeyer's General Store, thank you so much for the sponsorship. And now we will go to the scores. Angelo Live /scores brought to you by Deersky & Deersky Realtors, the real professionals of West Texas. Let's go ahead and get it. Bangs beat Tornillo tonight, that 10-0. That was a good one, actually. That might have been last night. Canadian Cahoma 62-14. That one's final. Alpine beat Sonora 30-22. The Broncos are just finished for the playoffs. Eastland 56, Carlsberg 21. Tascosa beat Caprock 32-13. Haltom beat Fort Worth Pascal 51-7. Canyon beat Wichita Falls Hershey 16-0. Springtown beat Hereford 59-13. Lubbock Estacado beat Pecos 48-6. Wellington beat Groover 30-0. Quanah beat Roscoe 51-22. Spring Lake Earth 56. White Deer 36. Shallowater beat Amarillo River Road 58-7. Cisco Albany got canceled. Rawls 54, Seymour 13. Bushland beat Slayton 70-14 tonight. Martin Cumbie, they got canceled. Wink beat Sudan 29. Brock, they beat early. They're just keep on rolling past these teams. 42-7 as they get their first win in the playoffs. Hamlin 44, only 6. That one's final. 49-15. That was the score of Crane beating Brady. That was on Thursday night. Wheeler beat Sunray 45-7. Stratford beat Clarendon 20-18. El Paso Franklin took on El Paso Coronado Thunderbirds. They won 55-41. Post in Stinton, West Texas, they were canceled. Holly beat Goldthwaite 34-20. El Paso Eastlake versus El Paso Montwood. Eastlake would take this one 38-21. Cisco against Stanford. Cisco 70, Stanford 32. Fort Stockton San Elzario got canceled, and Fort Stockton got that win. Mason beat Weimer tonight 40-7. Ozona. Do we know who that game was, Manny?
I believe they lost. I can't remember off the top.
That was last night, right?
Yeah, that was the Thursday night game.
Ozona ended up losing 15-6. Sterling City 61, Hermele 12. Jonesboro 54, Nueces Canyon 8. Rankin and Van Horn got canceled. Panhandle beats Hale Center 55-7. Happy beat Petersburg 71-22. Munster beat Santo 32-6. Winthrop beat Heiko 56-14. Water Valley beat Baird 56-8, and that one finished in the third quarter. Clint, they beat the boys from the north side 30-14 tonight as the Chiefs are going to go home unhappy. Westbrook 45, Ira 0. Yorktown 49, Charlotte 15. Anson beat Winters tonight 45-7. May beat Arion County 45-46 to nothing. That one's final. Falls City beat LaPrire 56-8. Garden City beat Fort Davis 50-20. Canyon Randall beat Abilene Wiley 28-14. Lakey beat Lametta 35-22. Granger beat Rock Springs 42-26. Bruni beat Runge, and they're going to play Cristobal next week. They won 34-19. Anchor City 67. Lockney 20. Vega beat Shamrock 54-22. Bovina beat Plains 19-7. Smyer and Seagraves 40-21. Petroleum Cross Plains 28-27. Richland Springs beat Blanket 56-30. And that one right there, Novada Community knocked off Glen Rose, and that's a state-ranked team, 28-25. Childress beat Abernathy in a close one right there, 28, Abernathy 21.
Easy, Trammell.
Denver City 41, Littlefield 22, that one's final. Pilot Point 56, Clyde 16, that one's final. Midland Lee beat Odessa 46-0. They're going to go ahead and take one more step right there for just a district championship, going to be that 2 o'clock matinee against Central last week of the season. 48-13 was the score of Cooper versus Saginaw. Abilene Cooper ended up taking that one. Abilene High beat Friendship 42-7 tonight. Dalhart beat Lamesa 44-14. San Saba beat Forsan 31-17. Idalou beat Friona 62-35. The Deannas Cowboys beat Louise 28-21. Knox City, man, they put it on O'Donnell 84-48. Not many teams can put up 84. That's pretty good right there. Jim Ned 21, Paradise 18. That one's final. That one was kind of a nail biter, and Jim Ned ended up making the comeback happen. Ropes lost to McCamey 60-20. Andrews 67. Whew, Mountain View 0. Big Spring. Oh, this one was overtime right here. They ended up winning it.
Wow.
Big Springs won 32-26. So that makes Lakeview the only team in that district that did not win a playoff game.
That's
Sweetwater 69, Levelland 24. Let's just keep going. Spearman 63, Lubbock Roosevelt 34. That one's final. Amarillo Paladura 27, Lubbock 20. Odessa Permian beat Midland 42-14. Dumas beat Lake Worth 37-27. Denton Geyer lost to Allen 56-38. Decatur beat Pampa 49-28. Hearst LD Bell beat Crowley 16-7. Kennedale beat Brownwood 44-7. Stephenville beat Benbrook 56-14. Wichita Falls Rider put it on the Plainview Bulldogs 49-0. And Duncanville beat Cedar Hill 28-14. That was probably one of the top games of the night right there. All of these and so much more can be found on Sanjo Live /scores. This is the Joe's Live desk, Joe's Scores desk, Joe's Ice House desk, whatever you want to call it. I'm Matt Trammell. This has been the live desk brought to you by Joe's Ice House. So I'll go ahead and send it back to y'all. Y'all caught me rambling, but it's been fun. It's been real.
There we go.
See you later from the live desk.
All right. Thank you, Matt Trammell, bringing us the goods all night long, all the live streams and all the scores from around West Texas and the Lone Star State. All right. Well, man, we have just hit the 3-hour mark, so our time is pretty much up here in Week 12. I'd say it hasn't been as exciting with the Bobcats not in action. And mind you that the Abilene Friendship game kind of turned out to be a dud.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one too was kind of a blowout. Odessa Permian and
yeah, I mean the games tonight. It's always nice to see all the kids get out and do things, but man, that was what we got tonight. Wasn't the greatest. We'll go ahead and put it out there, but
deal with what we got.
We
had Mal Brown too.
But I think what saved it was having Malachi.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, congratulations to all of our area teams that are moving on into the Texas high school football playoffs. It's Week 12. Can't believe it. Next week, Week 13.
It's crazy.
Man. All right, so next week we will see Malachi Brown and the Central Bobcats back in action as they host the Odessa Permian Panthers at San Angelo Stadium, arguably for the district crown, or at least to share the district crown. If Permian will have any say in that. And then the following week, man, they go on the road for the season finale, the regular season finale against Midland Lee. That game, as Trammell told us earlier, has been moved from a 7 o'clock kick to a 2 p.m. matinee kick the day after Thanksgiving, so on that Friday. So we'll see how that game evolves. And then, of course, a number of our area teams that are advancing on to the playoffs. So, all right, final thoughts of the night.
Another great week. Obviously no Central football, but we had Malachi Brown here. Good chopping it up with him, of course. And, excited for next week, of course. I mean, It's been a couple years since we've seen that matchup, so I'm super excited, even though I wish I was playing. It's no
that would have been fun to see you in that matchup.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's No Shave November. I'm trying to get it looking like Trammell's. Hopefully, connects all the way. We'll see. But yeah, man, excited for next week, to say the least.
Very good, very good. So I would like to say thank you to our videographers of the night, James Bellini and Brent Belinka. These guys are holding it down just to make sure that we're covered on that. Of course, thanks to Matt Trammell, who was out at our game last night with Crane and Brady for that. So Trammell always taking care of us. And, of course, our scorekeepers of the night, Yanis Green and Sonia Ramirez Munoz, and the San Angelo Live family for always supporting what we do here on Cover 1 Live. All right. Well, that's going to do it for Week 12. For all the individuals who contribute to this show, along with Christian Gabaldon, I'm Manny Diaz. And, next week we're going to see some pretty good stuff. And I think we're going to be surprised. Anytime we get to talk a Permian week versus San Angelo Central is always a good one. So we're going to see how that one shakes out. And, of course, until then, good night. God bless. We'll see you in Week 13.
Let's go!